This is me, a Grandmaster level DPS player. I have never played Genji before and I decided to spend a week one-tricking this hero on an alt account. In that time, I got coached by Jake, who is a former Overwatch League pro, turned Overwatch League coach, turned Overwatch League analyst, and a darn good Genji himself. The advice he gave me was incredible insight into both playing Genji, but also just Overwatch in general, and no bull, it will blow your mind. Check it out.
Okay, so you're diamond 3 right now. Is that like this account is only from Genji, so that's like an accurate reflection of your Genji only MMR?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is like day 6, so let's see how much time we have of Genji on this. So we're like 11 hours.
Okay, so you've been grinding. So this is already good. You already have a foundation of like mechanically, you'll like a little bit more comfortable with the hero.
Yeah.
This is like pretty decent Genji map, I think. There's enough verticality where you can like juke. Definitely just a better map for Tracer, but that's basically every map in the game because Tracer's a better hero than Genji, unfortunately. Zen,
yeah, I mean, how
you
much,
don't like to see that, I think.
I mean, how
frankly,
much do you pay it? You'd like to see that or don't like to see that?
No, you don't like to see that with Genji. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but what you really want with Genji is like an Ana and a Brig. Or an Ana and a Kiriko, things like this, like that can heal you well. The problem with Zen is like, for instance, if the enemy plays Tracer, you don't want to be marking Tracer as Genji. You want to be like doing Tracer trying to mark you, and if you have these greedy support like Zen, you might be forced to mark Genji sometimes because they're just gonna have priority on killing you. Like you won't be able to go on their backline faster than they can go on yours.
Right.
But they're making a lot of assumptions here. Honestly, it's Diamond, you'll be fine. Like maybe they're just not gonna play Tracer, and your Zen will just get infinite value shooting.
Gotcha.
But it's not the best combo you because like, you know, well obviously Ana, you like would want that when you're playing Genji. I think Brig is very good with Genji, getting like the consistent, like the passive heal and the instant heal. So you see a Junkrat, you see a Mercy,
Queen Zen.
see a Queen Zen, oh Queen Ana rather.
No, Queen Ana, yeah, Queen Ana.
And a Tracer. Okay, yeah, your goal is just harass from the off angle. You could just kill this Junkrat probably.
No, I whiffed out right click.
That's okay. Yeah, that's a nice try. But you did the right thing. I mean, I think you have an advantage in that fight. One thing against Junk is like what I like to do on him usually is not commit the dash, like poke him from mid-range a little bit before you dash on him. He's really weak if you're like outside of the close conk range.
Right.
You know, he throws like mid-range conks at you. You're fine. You'll just be able to like kite away and get healed. He's never gonna finish you. So and you could probably just harass him with left clicks and right clicks for a little bit if he's alone like that.
I'm really horny.
You can probably get above their head and start poking the Ana so you don't fight this front line as much. Or hit the Ana from behind.
Aw, the reload.
Okay, kill her. Get out, dash out. It's unfortunate you got caught with the. You gotta be. Sometimes when you get these kills, like you can be like, I guess, damn, maybe he got you before you killed Ana. But usually when you get those kills, you can like insta dash to like safety.
Gotcha.
But I don't think it's that bad of a play. It's unfortunately kind of your team all died, and they used Queen ult, so whatever.
Yeah, these Queen ult pulse bomb. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Queen is a little bit annoying for you. I mean, you can deflect the axe, which is a big deal, but that's something that you can kind of fight Queen usually, and just like not be scared of her if she's alone, because if she throws her axe, you just.
Yeah. Okay, the Mercy might.
Yeah, I think you should go in. You should like look to go behind the enemy and distract him here. I would run away. You could stay on the Ana though. I don't think you like fully run away like this.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to peel here against this guy. Should I not?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a waste of your time. Like, realistically, your supports should just not be dying to that. Like, if they're together healing each other, that should just not be a threat to them. And like the time to go on on a Tracer, it would be like after she gets pushed away or if she's low blinks or something. This is really good for you to just stay on this guy and fight him. He does not want to. He can't really kill you as long as you save your deflect when he axes. And you have your skills, right? Yeah, so you just bully him away every time. But yeah, I think the Tracer you don't want to worry about too much because she's gonna be like way more efficient than you if you fight her. You can blade here. Alright, don't have to. That was a good target, no sleep.
No, I got called.
Unfortunate. You missed one of the slashes.
Yeah, I did.
It can happen. You can still kill her. You still kill her. You still win this fight. You just killed it. You can cut through the window.
Yeah.
And look for this guy. Careful on his one-shotting shit. I think he's in this room or something. Yeah, you don't have to force it.
Yeah, I don't want to die to this. We've already got to.
Yeah, I like the way you did that. You like walk in on him with the deflect. One thing I like to do is if you're gonna turn the corner and deflect on somebody, you like W straight into his face and then try to like really like put it so he like can't shoot around your deflect.
Can't even go around it. Got you.
But then he might want to dash away if he doesn't shoot if he plays around it.
I think there's a junk for Queen Ult coming soon. Yeah.
You're Queen ulted. Go for backline. Go for backline. They're purple. You hope they're purple. Ooh. Nice. You can kill him. He's one.
Oh, I had to reload. Fuck.
Unfortunate.
So what if you Queen Ult? Wait, they're Queen Ulted?
Well, if
so I should have gone in.
You're Queen Ulted, or you're Queen Ulted rather. So I mean, I didn't see, but like you have to assume your Queen hit somebody with that, and then like that's a really like you know what I mean, like that's 100 damage on those guys. That's unblockable, and then you're gonna hit them for 50 unblockable with dash. Like I mean, you have to get like one shot. Somebody has to get one bullet, and then you could. So it's a great opportunity for you to like hit a bunch of dash resets. So right there, you could just deflect in front of the axe. Like he mistimed it.
Right.
You could just stay in his face with the axe. You don't have to run away, like because he's gonna actually.
I thought the axe was gonna go through deflect.
You mean like it was gonna run out, or?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I thought it was gonna run out the deflect.
That's like a timing thing. Now that it lasts 2 seconds, I think you're okay there, but it was a little bit close, for sure.
Okay.
We've lost possession of the robot.
So like, okay, maybe not have too many preconceptions, but is there like, do you want to keep harassing the backline, keep like trying to off angle more?
In this comp, I think really they're on Merciana, right? Or did they switch to Mercy? No, I mean so basically, the Mercy and the Ana are both very vulnerable to you. So you can like constantly be harassing them. The Ana does not want to look at you and stop healing. Yeah, this guy's easy kill. And you could go more probably on this Ana. Just care your clip is running out when you do the second dash. Climb on the wall.
I was trying to, yeah.
Usually when you're getting juggled like that, it can help to, like, you see this wall next to you? You gotta climb on that when he's doing this to you. Yeah. And then, like, climb straight up as far as you can, and he's not gonna hit a shot on you when you do that. So that's really good against, like, any range limited hero. Like, obviously you wouldn't do that against Cassidy, but against Junk, Tracer, Reaper, even an enemy Genji perhaps, like, wall climbing when you're being juggled around is really, really good. Even when you're not, even like a lot of times when you're fighting, you just dodge a shot by like grabbing the wall for a second. It like makes your movement harder to hit. It's a nice little move you can pull in a 1v1. Get above their head a little bit. So go on the back line here. Can you stay on the side? Like keep going back on. Okay.
Okay. So just like keep harassing the back line more.
Yeah. Against the Mercy Ana, these guys are like really defenseless against you. The Ana can win the fight. Okay, now they're on Moira. But like still, the thing with Moira too is like really you can think about deflecting the orbs. A lot of players will be like shooting damage orbs down mid, and you can just stand in front of your team and damage orb them and just farm your blade like super fast and deny them. It's like an insanely high value thing to do against Moira. If a good Moira player will like not let you do that, but honestly at this level you can be on the lookout.
Might just blade that soldier.
Yeah, not in the tower. Shoot the tower, shoot the junk to kill him. Okay, you're low though, be careful. You don't have to force it.
Oh, I whiffed.
So one thing there with the Moira is you're behind her, you don't know her HP is there, right? You have to assume she's full HP since she's like kind of no one's on her. And so you should just hit her with the blade and then wait to see what she does, because most likely she's gonna fade and you don't want to use your dash before she fades. Like you want her to fade and then you dash to her after she fades. This is a good fight for you though. Hopefully your team comes. Yeah, you can stay on the soldier. Your queen's going in. You should help. Okay, you don't have to chase any more than that. Oh, she's chasing. I guess you can play with her. Another crazy move from you guys, but trap. Nice. He's got one more conk. If he uses a conk, you kill him. Yeah, the mid-range poking is like he can't do much to you here. You can maybe go in on Mercy right now. She's kind of alone. It's okay. They're probably gonna live now, but. Keep fighting, keep shooting as much as you can. Oh, big purple. Or Junk can die, he's purple.
Oh, I'm getting cold. Fuck.
Didn't even dash him, it's not bad. Yeah, especially when you're queen ults, you really want to like instantly go on something.
Insta aggro,
yeah. Like the Junk was like purple in the corner, you know what I mean? You just dash on him and like dash melee him. I mean like something's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like especially because that's like they don't have cleanse, so it's like very. You're looking for those people you can dash on who you don't necessarily have to finish, but like are going to die, and when they're queen ulted or bionated for that matter, it's like very reliable that they will die, right? Because they can't get healed, they can't get saved. So here, you just go with the queen and look to assassinate somebody when your queen goes. I would go on this Mercy maybe.
Soldiers. Should I still keep harassing these guys? I feel like that's the play.
Yeah, you can just be able to find the Mercy here. But fortunately, you guys are going to lose this fight. So probably just run all the way away to the Mega here on the left. Or the right is fine too. Probably better. Careful, I just dash. And...
Nearly caught
So you guys are going to lose the lead here. You just need to stay alive right now. They're going to be hunting you. So you can poke them. Like, they already know where you are. You might as well poke them, but just try not to take any damage. Your goal is just distraction for your team to come in. Yeah, this is what you want to be doing. Keep just constantly being a nuisance for them. Them turning around is scary for them. What the fuck? What's the difference? Okay. This is really good. Now you can look maybe to get a little more aggro, like walk into the Moira here. Or the junk. The junk's walking up the stairs behind you. Just so you know.
Oh, what the fuck?
The junk's in here. You can go to find him.
Aw, shit.
The tires are hard.
The vortex screwed my dash the dash.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're not gonna touch. Fuck.
Yeah, he was unfortunate. Losing the lead there was rough. Yeah, honestly, I think Junkrat, at least at like a lower level, Junkrat is sometimes hard to deal with on Genji. Like personally, that's like a good. I would say hero I would just switch to Tracer against, because a good Junkrat player will just hold tire for your blade, and then like that's a huge problem for you. There's not much you can do about that. Even when you have Nano Blade, it's like you just are gonna lose to you're gonna lose to the
tire, yeah.
The tire, or like a good Junkrat is just gonna like wait by his supports, and then if you ever go blade, he's gonna tire, and like even if he doesn't kill you, you're gonna run away, and then he's happy with that. And also it's annoying to fight since he can like conk you around the deflex and boop you away from people. So the hero in general is like, that's a very, very good hero to play Tracer against, and kind of like not the best matchup for Genji. And also they have Tracer too, who's like a better hero at harassing the back line. Like for instance, when you're on that Mercy, I think you would kill her much more consistently with a Tracer, frankly.
Right.
So it can be hard. But yeah, all in all, it's fine. I think a few of your blades are just like a little, like, you know, just mechanical issue basically. Whether like if you like miss the hits on the blade. Yeah. I think one thing you can think about, especially with blade though, is I think you're a little too dash happy with the blade. Generally, unless it's somebody who like absolutely cannot juke you, like I don't mind the soldier dashing into his face and hitting him twice, you know. But most heroes that can juke you somehow, like Moira, Mercy, unless you know they're already low, you don't want to dash into them, because they're gonna, as you dash and swing, they're gonna be juking, and so you're gonna hit them for the dash and the swing, and they're gonna be like 40 HP, but they're gonna juke. And so if the ideal way to blade is that you're already on them with the blade, and then you're hitting them, and then they're doing their juke because they're gonna die, and then you're dashing to counter their juke.
Gotcha.
So that's the idea. It's like the Moira, for instance. When you're behind that Moira, I want you to hit her once. She's gonna fade because she's gonna die if she doesn't, right? And then she's gonna, if she doesn't have fade, you just hit her twice. The dash is like not relevant, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So you're just gonna hit her,
threshold.
and then watch what happens. If she fades, then you're looking for her and dashing to her and finishing her.
Got you. Okay, I'll
so it's like
try
a
and be
good
more
thing.
disciplined with it.
Yeah, and I think you can probably be like, I mean, well, let's see. Okay, so it's another Mercy. Honestly, like Mercy is a hero who just like is not like non-threatening to you completely. So usually you can like walk up on her really strong. Like I wouldn't mind you just dashing through the Mercy and ending in the back line. Like this type of play is really good. You still have deflect. So I'd walk up with your queen and just deflect into them. You can do like a Reinhardt style play a lot of the time on Genji. So now just deflect and walk out of this because use your skills. That was really good. And now you're getting healed. Once you get healed, you can go for more plays and you get your CDs back. There's a BAP somewhere on the high ground. Okay, stay. You gotta go on them. You have double CDs. Nice. That's fine. So the one thing on Genji is you really want to cycle your CD. Like this player, you like walk in deflecting is really good, especially with Queen. When you hit the sense your Queen wants to walk, you can like walk in front of her deflecting, and then either dash in or dash out based on if you think you're gonna get a kill or you just wanna.
Got you. Because I'll try it now.
So here you can go. They use drone. You're just gonna send it. Yeah, this, and then probably just send it on them. Okay. That's
okay. I was failing a bit.
I think your team was gonna hard push. So you keep going. You keep fighting if your team's fighting. Like the BAP's too distracted. He's not healing his Mercy, you know. So you you can change target now.
Yeah, she valves some.
Right, that guy's dying. Or just get out. Actually, I think you get lost. So back up, back up, back up. That's your last CD. Okay, nice. It's fine. Yeah, once queen died, it was like, okay, but the reason I wanted you to hard dash in there, because it seemed like your queen was about to go aggro. I think she was, and she died, so it would have been good if you went aggro at the same time.
Okay,
Here, you're gonna look
I
for blade.
might
They're really low. They're really low. If you can, when you shout, yeah.
Oh, I did the dash thing again. I should have.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind that when you're
when my whole team is
like
engaging.
you're on the tempo. You're on the tempo there, right? Like your team, like their ram was low. I'll let you fight this guy. You don't have to get this kill. It's unlikely. Okay, he's bad maybe, but I would not commit to this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to commit.
More important, you live.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's gonna get res anyway. So when your team had like their ram overextended, low HP, your queen respawned, and they droned, then you're sending like your whole team should be sending it. So you're trusting your team is gonna do the rest of the damage. Okay, climb back up, come back up. You wanna fight that? Nice. Focus cast is good. Focus. Okay. You can keep fighting, keep fighting. You just keep going back in them with beat. Your queen's in, so you're still on them. Break the drone. I don't know if you're getting any more here, but maybe. Okay, that was very risky actually.
Yeah, my team is dead, I think.
Maybe. It's still like sort of winnable. You got a queen alive on the high ground. Just push car, I think. Try not to die. Oh, that's really good. Maybe you can just see if you can sneak up on them without dashing. That's the best thing you can do right now. And then you can like deflect on this guy. Maybe he'll headshot himself. Oh god. Okay. So with this, I don't mind this because you have the high ground, but this is like super risky to dash it when they're full HP like that.
Gotcha. I thought he still had the damage from before, but then the mercy came in and I was like, okay, bad. I just might go for the mercy.
Yeah, like right now your team is tempoing, so maybe you can commit, but you don't have to dash. You can like, the best thing you can do on Genji is like walk in from behind, hit them, and then either dash to kill them or dash out. So just, it's okay. Like you fuck up, but you just dash out. Now you can try and get back in again if you can, because they're purple. Someone, oh maybe the mercy. I don't know. Okay, that's good. You're doing the right thing. Just keep shotgunning this ram. He's overextending hardcore. He should be blocking. Nice. Just run away from this guy. He's getting pocket. And always pushing car in between these little moments.
I'm gonna go for this mercy.
Oh, I would get out. Yeah, you got deflex. It's okay. You're gonna try to get out.
Yeah, I think I'm noticing a pattern of I'm just kind of too aggro, right? Like I'm not patient enough.
Well, I don't mind you being aggro. I think it's just the way you're doing this, right? Like one of the key to Genji, or like maybe this is a key to Genji, is like your cooldowns are your survivability. It's not your kill threat. Like the dash, you shouldn't dash somebody unless it's like you're confident they're gonna die, right? Or you're very confident based on the geometry that you have like an escape pattern. Like you dash through 5 people and you like instantly climb up to a high ground they can't get to you, okay, that's okay. But if they're like 3 together and you're alone, I just want you to like sneak up on them, try to right click them in the back. Okay, how am I dashing here? Because yeah. So this is like, this guy uses roll, or you can find more, or just go to car, it's not bad either. Yeah, so I just push car, obviously.
Oh, really?
You can kill this guy if you want, but it's just not that valuable. He's irrelevant, basically.
Got you. So like,
as long as somebody's pushing car was okay, but there was for a second nobody was pushing car. So like, something that I recognize a lot in games is like, you can be if you're the first one to recognize you already won the fight. Like after the blade, the queen ult, and the Kirk ult, you guys already won the fight. So the most important thing is that somebody's on the car. So this guy,
just walk on
yeah. Now your team's in though, so maybe you can grab the pack and go. Yeah. The big someone shot that guy's deflect, unfortunately. Yeah, so here this is fine. But the ideal, so right now I would like climb to the high ground. Like go back behind you, and then you climb on the left thing. You can't come here on the left thing, yeah. Okay, that's a little unlucky. You can't climb this one. You gotta climb like, yeah. Okay, you can dash that guy. Usually against Blade, if he's like in your team, it's really good to fight him because you can hit him, get hit one time while you're trying to shoot him, and then deflect, and he like has to swing on you. I mean, what's he gonna do? Sit there and swing on you twice? Like usually when Genji's blading your team and you don't, it's good for you to fight. I mean, Genji does not want to. If you have your deflect and your dash, he doesn't. He's not a threat really.
Yeah, I got you.
Keep hitting this guy. This ram's feeding. Just grind him out actually. Okay, he uses sting. Keep on him. Keep on him.
Keep on him.
The ram is like overextending hard to your team. I think you can kill him. Yeah, nice. There's that guy. So stuff like that, it's okay, I guess. Like, but you don't know if he's low actually.
Yeah.
So I would rather you like jump up and shoot him once, and then make the decision to dash if he's actually one. I mean, he was one, but.
Yeah, it was a risk. It was like a blind decision. It was like a made in randomness kind of.
Not necessarily bad because you're winning the team fight so dominantly. I don't hate it actually because you already have a bunch of kills. I wouldn't have done that if it was 5-on-5. But since you guys already had kills, I think one thing you can do though a lot more is like, for instance, when you guys had the roof and they were like under you on the low ground. Remember that one time you like were above the Cassidy's head and he didn't even see you and you like dashed into him from straight above his head.
Right.
When he was walking into the pills room.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's no reason to ever do that because you could always dash later. Like why dash then? Why not drop on his head, start shotgunning him in the back, and then maybe you like fucking hit if you know what I mean? Like you don't know how you're gonna hit the shots. That's just the thing. You don't know how many shots you're gonna hit. Ideally, you're gonna like triple headshot him from behind and then be like, oh, I fucking triple headshot him. I'm just gonna insta dash and he's dead. You know? But maybe you just triple body shot him and then you shoot him, maybe you body shot him twice and then you dash him and he's dead, right? So, or maybe you miss every shot and then you need the fucking dash to get out, you know?
Sure.
So that's the reason you never, like if he doesn't know you're there, you can close the distance without dash, and so that's what you want to do. You want to like drop silently on his head. I mean, and that's one of the things you can do on Genji consistently is like come from unexpected angles with your double jump, with your wall climb, and then start shotgunning people in the back, and then depending on how that engagement goes, then you decide to use your cooldowns. So ideally, you don't use your cooldowns early unless there's like a big value. Like sometimes deflecting for your whole team is a big value. Sometimes your team is fucking them, so you can dash straight to the back line. So like right there, you can deflect for the team is really good. Even on your first dash though, I would have liked you to just like right click once and then instantly start deflecting, since that was a very aggressive dash.
Okay.
Like I like when you dash like especially with a queen comp, dashing the front line like where you land in the enemy like in front of your queen and then you just deflect for her, and then as the deflect's ending, because you use both cooldowns, you let her go in front of you. That's like a good way to read the tempo. So Zarya's a dangerous hero. If she's high energy, you have to be like super cautious because you don't really have anything to deal with her. You want to try and like come from unexpected angles against her. Okay, your queen does not have a bitch.
I was trying to help my queen.
So I would go hot top right now and start flanking backline. You can't kill a Zarya. You're not relevant there. You need to pull heals from her. Oh, that's super risky.
I was trying to actually dash in a different direction, but you know, fuck it. I got.
Go back in, go back in. You want to fight, you want to fight. You guys are losing. Or you need to just dash over the roof and get the fuck out.
Or
just dash on the yellow. Yeah, you guys are losing, so you're just desperate. It's okay. So one thing with Zarya is like, you can't fight Zarya, right? Unless that's really, really the only thing you can do. It's much better for you to, like what you did, showing up on the Hanzo and the Lucio is going to be way more impactful for your team than you shooting the Zarya. Your team should shoot the Zarya, but you don't want to do that because you're Genji. I mean, that's like why Genji's bad against Zarya. You're just like, you're not really that good at fighting her. So you want to harass the other people so that Zarya has less support. And so you want to, ideally, like even this moment, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be like sneaking up on them because Zarya is such a threat to you. You want to be like trying to get to their backline and like trying to go on somebody that Zarya is not protecting. So Zarya is already on your team right now. So you gotta, I mean, this is, so like you have a hit scan that's good for Zarya. Like, yeah, I would go bottom left here. I mean, you're kind of already here, but maybe go to car, fight the Lucio on car could be good. You just need to pull resources from the Zarya. That's your job. And now you can dash out. You were like, see, right? The Zarya died while you're doing this. And I think like, obviously maybe it wasn't relevant, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's where you want to have with Zarya. Your team deals with Zarya because you're not good against her. You deal with the stuff you're good at dealing with. That's very important on Genji. You can't, some heroes are like Pharah. I mean, you can kind of hit Pharah if she doesn't have a healer. Like, I guess their comp's pretty bad. I don't think she has a healer, so maybe you can kill Pharah sometimes. But really, you want to look for like the Hanzo and the Lucio and the Kiriko. Those are the heroes that you're going to be effective against. Since they don't really have a Pharah healer, you can probably kill her too if you see her take damage. But you just want to be careful about investing your dash. Yeah, so keep poking from off angles as much as you can. Like, you can even like fighting this Hanzo. He's scared of you. He's vulnerable to you.
I'm worried about the Zarya though.
And now you can go point. So Zarya's there. Okay, shoot the Pharah. Shoot the Pharah. I think you're dying in a car here, most likely, but you don't have to rush it. Them chasing you is already good for you. Kitsune, huh? You are trading 2 for 1 right now, which is good actually. Like you're
Yeah, I'm
making an
trying to
impact on the team
keep
fight.
them.
But you want to as fast as you can
this?
go back in. I wouldn't go. I would just.
Okay.
Oh, now you are. Yep.
Well, that's
Okay.
cool.
You have deflag. You might be okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You got grabbed in the blade. Can happen. One thing with Pharah, one thing about how you want to use blades is typically what you want to do with blade. I don't know if you had dash there actually when you got nanoed, but typically what you want to do with the blade is like dash into the guy you want to blade and then press the blade on top of his head, so that you have the dash should he make a juke. Oh, this map's stupid. He doesn't know. You can't go that way. Yeah, you want to dodge Zarya every time. If you see her, you go the other way. Now the Hanzo, you go for the pills maybe.
Trying to get the mega. I don't really want to draw my supports here right
that's
now.
fine. That's fine. And then I would come from the top, go in the top, and then go over the Zarya's head and onto the back line. Okay, or so someone's top jail. That guy's alone. And then you took a shot, so you chill. You see what I mean? How this is going? Like you're never shooting the Zarya, but she keeps dying while you go on the Hanzo. He ran away. Their team heals Hanzo, and there's Zarya dies.
Yeah.
So that's your purpose against Zarya. Like, and when you see the Zarya on the right, you're like instantly pathing to the left. You know, she is like a immovable object for you that you never want to get. If you're in her left click range, you're probably out of position most of the time. Sometimes it's okay. Your team's like running over them, right? But
Do I just wait and lurk for this Widow? Like, do I just try and be like, okay, I'm gonna let you.
yeah.
go
Like
up,
I would
and I'm
go.
gonna-
I would even play more up aggressive. This is like a very passive. Like she gonna be able to shoot your team without. So I would like. So okay, you see, alright. So now you're gonna go climb over the house and go to the right, or maybe you can go left again. You went top, and then you just go past her and go on this Widow maybe.
I don't dash hard dash or anything, do I? I think I there. They're
You
kinda turned
could
on.
there because you could wall climb out of it, but it would be risky. And so as soon as you get healed, again, go like behind the Zarya, and okay, now they're all here actually. You gotta be a little careful. So keep harassing, but you're waiting for them to split up to find somebody who's on their own to
so I
commit
might
on.
go with her.
Oh, Genji can die. He's like 1 HP, no dash. Nice. Nice. And then Zarya honestly might be able to die 'cause she's already low, but maybe just stay on those heals.
Oh my god, Lucio's hard to hit.
Yeah, he's a jukey boy. And then I think Zarya's still on the roof. You can probably finish her. I think she's probably like 1 HP or something. Full, huh?
Oh,
Okay, you got it. That's fine. So you repair Widow here. So I would be trying to hang out in these like left hallways between fights. Also, like right now, yeah, it's a good time where the fight's not gonna happen for 8 seconds, so you can just dash for reposition. That's like a good thing to do when you're pretty confident you don't need the dash. So where you are is pretty good, I think. Just keep hanging here, keep left clicking. Like you don't want to be too baity. If the Zarya goes main, you're gonna push in on the left. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's your job to be threatening here on the Widow. It's you know, just be ready to put your finger on E. Be ready. I would like, yeah. See, like she's thinking about you. She's not shooting your team because you're doing this.
yeah.
Okay, just go on the Widow. Go on the Widow. She's gonna be your left. You're just searching for her. Yeah. Don't let her play. You can kill her. Oh, so right there, you don't want to cancel deflect because your dash is coming up. You could just hold the whole deflect and dash.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But you still did the right thing. It's just mechanically didn't execute well enough. But that's okay. It looks like your team is winning anyway. But usually, like a Widow, like the way you played that fight, right? Your presence just prevented her from ever walking in. She didn't use any of her walls. She was just like thinking about you the whole time. And then when she's alone, like even when you walked out, you had like the instinct to turn to the right of the fight, you know? But that was the wrong instinct because that Widow, I mean, it's not a free kill. Like she can win, but you're very favored in that. There's a couple things went wrong in terms of like, you know, you didn't hit her with the initial dash and things like that. Another option there would be like you don't have to full commit on her. You could like stay on the corner and like keep shooting left clicks back at their team, and so she'll feel the pressure to push you. But I think that was a spot where she's never getting helped, and you could, you know, usually a 1v1 Widow is something you want
Got you.
most of the time.
And was it good to like dash in like that? Because obviously one thing I've been worried about.
Yeah, with Widow, you could dash in. Another option with Widow is like when you're doing like the wall climb, you could like peek the corner with deflect and like W into her with your deflect up, and then dash on her. I don't mind saving the deflect. I think dashing is probably good. Yeah, I think it's fine. Or you could like go through the cafe and then get closer to her and dash on her, right? So there's like a little subtleties, I guess, how you could have taken the engagement a little better, get into the dash range. So you actually like get the 50 damage from dash is very relevant there. Or and do like a dash melee on her, and she's like already at half, and you didn't even have to hit a shot. So there's like little details that could have gone better for you. But I'm not too worried about that stuff. It's more, I think it's more important just staying on the Widow, right? Because like, if you let the Widow have free reign in that fight and you like fight in the enemy Kiriko wall against the Zarya, like Zarya could just turn on you and melt you. You know, that's like a really dangerous fight for you. Whereas the Widow is like, you kind of know what's going to happen in that fight. It's going to be like mostly a controlled 1v1. Or if the healer comes back for the Widow, then like you might even run away and live. And like they're -2 in the main group fight. It's really bad for them. But yeah, a big thing is like every time you get info on where the Zarya is, that like sets your position for the fight in that
Got
comp.
you.
The Zarya shows up somewhere, and you're waiting for her to like rotate past you because you're in a spot she doesn't really want to push. You're like too deep in the corner, and then she rotates past you, and then you go backstab on her. But like for instance, on the overtime fight on defense, when they were, or not overtime fight, but like an earlier fight on defense, when you saw the Zarya was like on car, and I told you to, and you were like gonna walk towards them, and I told you like go to the roof there. That's like, you really want to do that because you know the Zarya's car, so you always want to be like using your wall climbs to come from an angle where you don't have to use cooldowns. Right? You're trying to create this scenario where you like show up behind them, they don't know you're there, and you have every cooldown. So you can shotgun them in the back before they even react, right? That's how you like shit on people with Genji. You know, you show up behind them, you start shooting them in the back, and they,
so should I
and
try,
then
like,
it's like, yes, go. So you want to jump, so jump, double jump, and then wall climb. Full height, and then you make this. You mean, okay.
Easy. No stress, no stress. Well,
you could always
half
dash
of
her.
them already dead. Yeah,
Well, your team just wiped them. Go on the Sonic. You can even dash her. Oh, she's asleep. Okay, maybe not there too, but you can look for this fight. Maybe if she nades herself. Ooh, risky dash. But you're okay. Your whole team's here. So press tab. It's really important. You like, I don't know what their comp is. So they
Tracer,
have
Cassidy,
Ana, Curie, Cass, Tracer. This is a scary comp for you, but you have a Far Mercy, so your job is to prevent the Cass and the Ana from shooting your Far. Okay, like that's how I would analyze this comp. Like you have a Far Mercy, and she's gonna. It's really hard for them to come through these chokes. Your team is like semi-griefing by like being in here, though. You should be holding outside of this room and choking it. I mean, what you're doing is like kind of okay. Like, oh my god, you're risky. So staying with Ana is good, so she doesn't get rushed. Honestly, Ana being here is like really risky. Yeah, I know this is just weird fighting in this room, but it's okay. Okay. So if you can pressure this Tracer, maybe your guy gets res. Oh, nice. So your team is going to this one, whatever, it's fine. So you just don't want to die here. You already use res.
Yeah,
you really don't. You need to
not
die. You just spam group up and hope for the best. Your queen should be backing.
I don't think she will somehow.
Yeah, hopefully she stays alive. You're probably gonna need to leave this Ana. She's out of position really bad. So maybe you can fight with this queen in the choke. Oh, Ana's one. You can dash her. She's gonna be on Mega. Oh, okay, fine. Oh, whoa, hold on. You can always dash to a healer or Mega. Oh, maybe you heal by Mercy. Okay, bad dash.
Yeah,
you're
that was
100
too
HP,
aggro. That
a
was
full
too
HP
aggro.
Tracer. Don't do that. Yeah, just dash the Mega.
I realized
She'll
as I did, I was
probably
like,
chase you.
why did I not do that?
Yeah. So you did really well killing the Kiriko. You just hit really big shots on her, and then, but then like you know, you already did so much that fight. So overheating on Genji is like a really common problem. Like,
yeah, I was like, I'll feel it. I was like, I'm gonna
Genji.
fucking 6K. Let's go. I'm gonna pop off on this.
Yeah,
Tracer,
exactly. So that does happen on the hero. Here, fighting this Tracer is okay, but that's not the problem with fighting Tracer. Is like, she can just disengage you at any time, and you don't really have a say in that. You could probably find this Kiriko. Oh, go. You're dashing backline.
Oh, I just kind of wanted to chill. I felt like this is not a fight I want to blade in.
Yeah, I think you have to just force it, honestly. Even though you're right, it's a bad nano. It's like your honest fault for nanoing you there. It's not good. But typically, I just blind blade if I get nanoed like that. Even though it's bad, it's like typically even worse not to blade. Because you're looking at a very difficult blade to use here. Maybe you can use it with the Queen ult. You switch to Hanzo. Okay, so now... Yeah, you're just looking for this Cassidy. Okay, maybe some purple? Yeah, nice. So that's a bad dash, because she's already half.
Yeah.
You didn't need that. And now you don't have a dash, so you can't kill the Kiriko. something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's that habit that I gotta break, basically.
Don't full commit in this guy, just harass him. He doesn't need to die fast. Here, Hanzo's a noob, but it's fine. So the thing is with people, like guys like this on the flank, you could just keep, like he's cut off from his heals, but it's very risky against a cast, like full commit on him right away, unless you have multiple players there. Okay, just keep holding choke with your queen. You can probably sit in the corner right here, like behind on the right, and just, it's like really hard for them to clear you and you can dash out. Just something to think about. Yeah, like right here, it's like very annoying for them. And if it goes bad, you just dash out.
Oh, the C9. Very nice.
Ooh, C9, well, yeah. So yeah, the big, especially when they're purple, it's really important not to dash when you waste when you don't need it on the blade. Even sometimes when you're like you might be able to one shot them, I'm like pretty conservative with the dash. You have to make the read of like, if the dash actually kills them, just whether the dash damage is relevant, right? It's worth dashing if they're like 150 health and it's actually gonna kill them. But it's not where, I mean, it's really the worst thing you can do is waste the dash when the guy's already gonna die, which happens sometimes if you're like nanoed and damage boosted and you just one hit somebody and then you waste dash. Like it'll happen, or somebody gets headshot unexpectedly and then you hit them with the blade and then dash, you're like thinking you need it. That can happen. But it's really important when the guy's like purpled and Ana who has nothing, you just hit her. Hit her with the blade. Because the thing is you can always, especially heroes like that, where it's not like you're one-shotting them through trank. Like you could hit that Ana and then dash like half a second later when you realize she's not dead. You know? This is good. Deflecting fire strikes is really good. Ryan is a terrible hero, so you want to start harassing Ryan aggressively here. I wouldn't do that. This guy is better than you at this. So maybe you can go on the Ana. Don't worry about this guy. It's up to your supports to deal with this guy. It's not your problem. So they probably can't kill him now. Maybe you can actually. Fucked up pretty bad. Get this guy. Oh, he's one. Oh, nice. You dash mega. Maybe he's already gone anyway. But yeah, so fighting the Tracer is like kind of the worst thing you can do. Okay. Because you're just like a worse version of Tracer when you fight Tracer.
Okay.
So you can do that when you like already won the fight, but it's really important. Again, Ryan is a hero you're very good at fighting. Ana's a hero you're very good at fighting. Cassie's a hero you're very good at fighting. Fight those heroes. Don't fight the Tracer. She's like the worst hero for you to fight in the comp. You have a fucking Moira and a Kiriko. Tracer's gonna be scared as fuck. And a Mei. Tracer's scared as fuck in this comp. You don't really need to worry about that. Like there's a Mercy you can go on. She's gonna dash and then you dash when she dashes. She's Cassie behind you. Okay,
I just want to keep this series though.
Okay, you're 1 HP out, dash to a mega here. You don't want to die. Whew. Yeah, like I would have just literally like, you already won the fight when your Queen Kid's Jericho and you're on point. I would have literally just gone to one of the megas on the other side of the map. That's like
just like, yeah, okay, just be super safe.
Just get a mega. Like, don't die. I mean, you're 10 HP. Like, you don't want to fight.
Got you.
So yeah, safe. Like the Tracer, like especially your comp, this is like such a hard comp for them to play Tracer into. I mean, a really good Tracer player will do fine, but it's not good for, I mean, like their Tracer is weak, and so let your supports who are really good against Tracer, let them get that value. And now you circle around and hit backline. Since you have Colon, you could probably look for a blade here on Mercy. Unfortunate.
So was the idea right there, just kind of swing from the left and just...
Yeah, circle around. I think you were a little too slow on it, basically, though. Like, they had already rushed your team. So I think you want to be hanging out more on, like, the wings of the fight, or, like, especially positions you can abuse the wall climb on to, like, harass and left click from. It's really good.
So maybe approaching
here. Yeah, approaching here is not bad. You kind of keep an eye on your team and, like, get a sense of their tempo so you can go in when they go in. So maybe you don't go on this guy, but you just being here is okay, and you're like waiting your CD.
She's blizzarding something.
Oh, Mercy's gonna freeze. Yeah. Nice, and now Cass behind you left. Okay, that's fine. He's behind right now. Yeah, really good. So yeah, you coming from that off angle and the Cassidy looking at you, like that Cassidy shouldn't even be doing that. He should just be hard shooting your queen as she walks up main, but you doing that like took so much pressure off your queen, even though like you didn't contribute that much to the fight in terms of damage, They're Cassidy not shooting main on. This is like so bad when Moiras do this. I mean, just be careful. When you deflect that orb, you also like re-aim it like a Moira, right?
Yeah.
And it's really can. I mean, you farm so much blade.
I was worried about the.
We should go. You should go. Your queen's in. You're in. Your queen's in. You're in. So you can deflect and walk into their face there, by the way, instead of running.
Oh yeah. So just do like
your
this.
team is like hard in. Yeah, exactly. Because you're fucking queen ulting, your whole team's running in. Even that's what like. Sometimes you full commit with both cooldowns. Most of the time you don't. Most of the time you're like trying to get away when you run out of cooldowns. But if your team's popping ults and going all in, then you're like going all in too with your cooldowns. So you can keep hitting the Ryan in the back like constantly. So you have a dash again. Yeah. So one thing against Ryan in particular too is like Ryan is a hero you can just bully so hard on Genji. You can like walk into his face and right click him a bunch of times because he doesn't want to drop shield. You can like jump over his head and start hitting him over his shield. You can like stand in front of him because as soon as you know both your skills are like you're never gonna die to Ryan if you have either skill. You know you can deflect and he has to swing on you for 2 seconds. It's like so unrealistic. You know you can. So you see what I mean? Like like they're so weak.
So like I guess it's like in some situations I'm playing like a brawl character almost, right? Where I'm like, okay, I'm in with my team, I'm in their face.
There's like Genji is a shotgun hero, right? Like that. I think maybe that's something people don't think about enough. That you are a shotgun hero. So and like the right click shoots faster than the left click. So the highest impact you can do is like being right in people's face and hitting them, especially with deflect, because like deflecting when you're right on top of them with deflect, they like it's very hard to. They can't even shoot your teammates. You know, like the deflect is like blocking their whole screen. And so if your whole team is gonna like go in on them, deflect and W into them. Usually that's involving you popping ults on them. Like usually that you wouldn't do that unless you're popping ults where you're like confident, you know.
Like my queen is ulted and there's going to be a lot of jungle queen right now. So queen
exactly. Your queen ulted, so it's like, and they don't have a Kiriko. So it's like almost 100% that people will be dying and you'll be getting a dash reset before your deflect ends. Because you have like near certainty, I would say, on that point. Because it's just like, you know, like they're all purple. You're like, that's what I mean. The queen ult on Genji is obvious synergy, right? Because they're purple, they can't get healed they got 100 damage. Dash is 50 damage. So everything else on your whole team needs to contribute 50 damage to these kills and you will get the kills.
Sure.
So, I mean, right? Like the odds of that not happening are extremely low. So that's a time, and the more in their face you are, the more likely it is that your team is going to be contributing damage because no one's looking at them.
Got you.
But I do think a lot of things you're doing that game where like the cast is turning to mark you. See, like, it was like such a night and day from when you were marking Tracer. It's just like, if you have to do that, Genji's like a very bad hero. You know, you should just be on Tracer or just like a hit scan that like threatens Tracer more, or like a hero like Mei or Reaper or Torb that just bullies Tracer off faster or has better tools to deal with her. But Genji against Tracer is like, you feel bad if you're marking Tracer. Sometimes that's literally the only thing you can do, but like that means your hero is very bad for the situation. Like Genji is not a hero who marks enemy flankers. I mean, that's probably why Tracer's such a good hero, is that Tracer can do what you're doing by flanking and pressuring, but can also mark the flankers. Whatever she wants to do, she can just do it all. But Genji's a hero where you're like more exclusively offensive. Not completely, right? There are times where like, and you can do like the plays where you're like deflecting for your whole team when they're pushing in. Like, I mean, that's kind of a defensive play, but right, it's just the nature of Genji that he is a very offensive hero, and you want to be utilizing your wall climb and your jumps to come from unexpected angles and either kill people or threaten killing them so they use all their cooldowns and they deal with you with too many players.
So for example, is then bearing that in mind, is there a good play like maybe they're walking?
So I would say the best thing you could do here would be like time it for when they're not looking anymore. Like when you're gonna do this play, you need to shoot from the front, and then you do it, right? So you like show presence in the front, so they're like, oh, Genji's in the front, and then you sort of quickly step out of LOS and go for it. But you have to be careful because sometimes if you come over the top of that train and there's a Cassidy fucking staring at you, you need to just dash back over and run away and decommit. So this might be a little early. No, it's fine. Okay, nice. So start hitting and you don't even dash. Just keep hitting. Okay.
I was just...
So you should use your whole mag there or until they look at you. And then arguably you deflect. And then when the deflect is running out, you dash through them and get out. You see what I mean?
I got maximize the value of that.
Like you stay back there as long as you fucking can, and they use so much to deal with you. So this is good if you're right above their head. You can dash the Mega. Oh, we dash plug. You're in trouble. You can't get the Mega. He's gonna steal it from you. Yeah, run back to your team. Nice. This is really good. So yeah, when you're behind there and you're in that juicy spot shooting Zen in the back, don't dash unless he's 1 HP and you're killing him. And even then, I would be
Just
scared
keep-
to
just
dash
keep
because I would think
right-clicking
she
him,
might
yeah,
get she might get like Kiriko saved when you dash, you know. So you could go for it again. I would say go for the back, like go over the top, and reload while you're falling. Nice. And now, okay, they're gonna save Zen. So yeah, you get out a little faster, and then so here I would have stayed on there, Queen probably.
Oh, really? Really?
Let your supports fight the Tracer. Again, that's not really your job. Unless she's low HP, no blinks, and you're like, sure, you can kill her. See, like, you doing this, like, you know what I mean? Like, that kill is so much. Like, the Tracer kill is just... I would say, like, a very expert Genji player is, like, so confident they're gonna hit every single shot on Tracer that they'll, like, sometimes go mark the Tracer. But you don't want to be playing for that stuff. So here, you're good poking them and not committing. There are 3 players dealing with you right now. It's really good. And your team is dealing with Queen.
Yeah, there, and
I would stay in the fight here, though, as long as you can.
Yeah, I was because there I was like, okay, I'm chasing this Tracer. Let's go for someone who's like coming from main.
Yeah. Just in general, like, I don't mind you shooting a couple shots at Tracer when you get the opportunity, but generally I don't want you to dash on Tracer. Okay,
Gotcha,
like
gotcha.
that's a high level play for when you like
Sure.
really know she doesn't
When
have
I'm
the
like, I'm
escapes,
gonna destroy
or,
this guy. Yeah.
or like your whole team is like on her or something. So I would say you could probably go for the climb again, and I think they have Trank, so be wary of that. I don't think you're blading this. You're just gonna try and hit the Zen and make him Trank.
Oh,
Okay, it's just that. Nice. That's the best case. And
I think I
now
might
dash
blade.
away. Okay.
aw.
It's a little. Oh, it's okay. Maybe she forced cleanse, and then you know, they're all gonna die to the shit. I think. Your Bastion doesn't want the Genji's asleep. That's unfortunate. But yeah, generally blading into Kiriko, I don't love it because it's like scary, you know.
Yeah,
you get
it's
melted.
like,
you
it's
might be able to
hard.
win
I
this,
just-
though.
I
You might
just
be able to
thought
win
that,
this.
like,
You should
we're
peek. You
up
should
one.
peek and see if you can
Okay.
win. Like you might be able to.
I might just save my cooldown until my team's closer, and then
Yeah,
flex
yeah,
in their
yeah.
face.
And then maybe dash out. It looks bad. Or dash in. I don't mind this. And get mega. Maybe your team comes. Okay. It's just maybe you need to like calm here, or it's also diamond. Try and get back to your Trank. Is that your Trank? Oh, it's their Trank maybe. You almost have your CDs up. You can win this. Nice. Big. And now, actually, you want to let them push car a little, and then yeah, stopping car now is really good. The door's gonna close. But again, don't get this Tracer wants you to fight her.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
So just be aware of that. You can shoot her a little, but keep looking for your angles. Like this is, I think you do so much more here in letting your team fight Tracer. That, like keeping the Zen from healing the Tracer. Like that is way more effective than damaging the Tracer. From in terms of what you provide to the team.
Sure.
So that you shout, so you chill a little, but you're ready to. You're still like making the Zen think about you and not feel comfy.
Wasted deflect there. That was not necessary, but
That's
anyway.
okay. You're one. I don't mind using it. Get like if you get headshots, and it's just like
I might go for.
you can go for something here, or yeah, go hit the Zen. She doesn't know you're here. Nice. It's low player, so you play your life here. You want to get healed from Mercy here, and you're looking for Kiriko or Genji. Probably just dying card. Oh, maybe a big damage.
Genji, your mom is a
Zen
dog.
doesn't like you, bro. Alright, you probably
You
get out
know
of this,
that.
by the way. You probably
Yeah,
get out
yeah.
of this. You don't have to die, I think. Dash up. Nice. And just W away. And then honestly, I'd pick up Mercy here. I think that's the best thing you can do.
Okay.
You want her to come back, and then you have Nano, or is that your ult?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna look for Nano Blade here. Hopefully he gives it to you. Honestly, Nano Winston could be okay too. You know, Winston might need it, so I wouldn't like force it unless you see it. You keep fighting here. The Mercy should pocket you, and you should just keep dancing on this high ground and fighting with the Mercy's help. So you
I think
can,
the dash
if this
is
guy
okay.
dashes, he is nothing. You could consider blading him if he forces deflect and his OCDs, but you don't have to. Like, keep touching car and like doing this is really good for you. Like you're contributing a lot to the team right now. Okay, you can go for it. He has Trank.
Oh, the Suzu.
Yeah, well, be careful against the Trank. You don't want to try to one-shot. Like, when you know he has Trank like that, because he has a Trank for a long time, you don't want to dash. What you want to do is blade on him and make him Trank and then try to one-hit through Trank. And if you want to learn how to, there's like maps that will allow you to practice that, how to actually time the one-hit through Trank. But it's worthwhile to practice if you like really play Genji a lot, so you can just feel confident that you're gonna actually hit the one hit, because it is very consistent. You just have to like, especially on heroes who have nothing, right? Like a lot of heroes, like a lot of DPS heroes and stuff, like hit scans, they just have nothing. They can't do anything against getting one hit through the Trank, and so it like changes the game a lot if you can confidently do that. I would dash this Genji. He doesn't have dash, maybe not, or dash. You know, just hit them maybe, and now you can go down the stairs. better, but
Team's winning.
okay, nice. A lot of times you're better off kiting way in like an off angle than toward your team, but you ended up being okay there. But yeah, like queen and caracol is kind of scary. So you could have kited down the stairs into the close room.
Okay.
Looks like a hold. What's their press out? You should go forward here and start harassing them as they walk up. So another thing you can do on Genji is you could be like the most forward frontliner, and then you're just gonna dash back when it looks bad. So like right here, you can fight. There's gonna be a Genji coming. And you're gonna or something. And you're gonna make him so he can't touch. And then like if this would go bad soon because you're not getting support, and then you would dash back to your team and you would keep. You know what I mean? Like you can be like a super forward frontliner, and then you're like dashing back to your real front line where you're gonna get saved from your team, and then you get like another cycle of CDs, and you do that again in the front line from your team, and then you go back one more time if that gets pushed away. So you're like constantly you can start your CD cycle as early as possible.
Got you.
But yeah, so like the Zen was raging because like I mean what you're doing to him is like very hard to deal with for Zen. Like unless he's like a much better player than you, and he's gonna like hit instant headshots after you deflect, like, or really what he should be doing is being a good enough player to like hear you climbing over and be like discording you and shooting you instantly when you come over the top of the train. So you have to like deflect really early, and then you're not as much of a threat to him. But by the time you show up on his back and he's not looking at you and you have full CDs, you know what I mean? Like that, especially that first time you went, right? You like hit twice and you just sort of dashed out. But really, like,
I could have got just a full kill.
They're not going to turn on you, and like the Kiriko and the Zen are not going to turn on you and simultaneously headshot you. Like that happens 1 in 100 times, and you don't play around it, you know? Like you just keep hitting, and then they turn and look at you, and now their whole team is like, "Guys, get you behind!" And we're all but meanwhile their tank is walking in, and now the supports are looking at you, and you're deflecting, and are they really going to look at you for 2 more seconds? And even if after all that's over, you're dashing through them, you know, so it's like. That like your team is gonna kill them, you know what I mean? Like while all that's happening, or you're doing so much, right? Maybe your team fucks up really bad and doesn't. Oh god. Okay, she's dead already.
I don't know how that.
So here you want to just hit a really fast tempo here, I would say, because they lost Kiriko. There's a Zen with no healer.
Again, like
just care the turret is a little scary for you, but realistically you want to dash. Just get on the back line here. I think they have a lever still.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so just cap. I mean the game's done. Just cap. You just exit. There's like not much value in doing anything. Just stack the car and get as far as you can while they're down 1. Okay, they give up. Is it the Zen who left? No, it's not.
No, I wasn't.
It might have been their tank, actually. That's rough.
No, I think it was their other support. No, it was their other DPS, actually, I think. Wait, yeah.
Oh, was it?
I don't remember. Nah, it might have been tank, actually. We didn't see the tank, did we? We didn't see
Yeah, I didn't see a tank, so I think it was their tank.
We saw a Torb and a Zen.
But yeah, like that's an example of a very good Genji game. Like where they have like a Zen is like one of the best heroes you can see as a Genji because he's like so vulnerable to you, right? Whereas I think heroes who are much scarier as Genji would be like the Lucios and the Briggs. Ana is like a sort of in the middle, can go either way type hero. Mercy is an easy hero to kill. You just want supports who are easy to kill and DPS who don't like turning around.
Right.
Like Torb is a little weird because he's so fat. It's like easy to right click him and destroy him, and you can also like deflect his turret and deflect his spam. Like heroes that are like egregious spammers like Hanzo are really easy too because you can like when you walk in front of your queen and deflect, you're like probably gonna just like do a shitload of damage. Like especially at this MMR, people are gonna be shooting into your deflects a lot. And at every MMR, if you do the thing where like your team is like queen shouting in and you're walking in front of her deflecting. That's like, right? It's like you have an immortal Ryan shield for 2 seconds. I mean, it's really crazy to think about how much impact that has. And not a Ryan shield, right? It's a fucking it's a Ryan shield that sends their bullets back at them. You know, and it doesn't break and it doesn't cost you anything. So that's like usually the most high value thing you could ever do with deflect, or maybe with Genji in general on a Russian comp. That's why honestly Queen is like my personal favorite hero to play Genji with. The shout helps you. And then you help Queen a lot, and then Queen's ult is like super good for you. And Queen ult and Blade are like 2 ults that they both need defensive ults to deal with. And so even if you just Blade to force a beat, you feel really good about that if Queen's on your team, or vice versa. Yeah. We have a Junk, right? So Junks can be weird. It's gonna depend on like how the early fights go with if you can have an ult before he has ult. But I would like walk in front of your queen here, and like you're gonna walk into them, deflect, and then probably dash to the window above them and start harassing them. And then dash to the high ground, and then keep left clicking them here. Well, maybe not. You took 12 damage and nade. And now go. Oh, like this is so bad for them. Like
Yeah,
she's
she's
fucking
throwing,
feeding.
she's
Actually, I wouldn't even bother with her. You can kill the turret with deflect. Oh, you should kill that turret, by the way. Like don't back out. Yeah, the turret is very easy for you to kill. I mean, you just left click it, you deflect, and then you left click it. Like it will do like half of its own health to you. If the turret is aggroed on you, it does like half of its own health from you, and it can't dodge. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. But.
Yeah, I hit the wall with my deflect instead of.
Yeah, especially since you have a tracer, it is actually your job to. I mean, Genji is actually very good at breaking the turret, even though, you know, you are a flanker. Just standing, like the turret does about half of its own health, and just the turret, and most likely somebody's gonna shoot you if you're standing still in the road.
Try and protect my Ana here.
Okay, it's really good. You're just gonna live now.
Me.
I think you're just gonna run away here. Your team can beef very hard for not being able to win with their diva griefing. Yeah.
They're on it.
Unfortunately, yeah, maybe you could have killed the baby too. Might have been a better play. Honestly, I think it's your own team's fault for like letting her remake, but. So try to find the turret and break it. So like you can just deflect it. See what I mean? Like
yeah, like anyone else shoots it and it dies.
Yeah.
And then walk with
okay, you can dash in just because you have fucking the shit. But can I climb the window? Climb the window. Oh, go this way. It's very dangerous. Maybe okay. You can jump to the window here. Oh, they forgot about you.
Oh boy.
Steve is dying.
Oh, after all of that.
So it's fine. You're still winning this. I think.
Yeah, I should have just dashed to the window. You're right.
Or what you should have done is like, I don't mind dashing the Ana there even, and then getting naded, and then just instantly climb up to the window on their side of the choke. And then you're in the window again, right? That's what I wanted to do. So you can kill this, you probably need to kill this guy. I would say take a risk to kill him. Oh, he's trash. Oh my Jesus Christ, that is so risky. You're like,
I don't know what
you're
happened
literally
there.
an inch above the trap. You're like so close to getting trapped there.
All part of the plan, baby.
You can dash above the trap in that door, but it is like, it is super risky. I would not do that actually. I mean, it's a good play. Like if it's probably consistent. If you just, like in general, a trap in a doorway is very scary in Genji. Like you just break it, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, like a good Junkrat will like constantly juke over their own trap and make it like awkward for you to chase them. So if he lays it down early, you should just break it. It's like takes like 1 or 2 shots. So you might look for a blade here, but you don't have to force it. They're kind of kiting, maybe not. Yeah, you're okay. And I would play this top right area.
Yeah.
And then you could even poke a little and just see what's going on. Poke a little. Make them look at you. And just
the diva's gonna
show your face. And then, yeah, if the diva flies, you want that. That's bad for it.
Yeah.
Careful, yeah. When the Ana, you gotta be careful. When you hear the Ana sleep, you gotta dodge.
I'm not gonna lie,
he's got mercy. And then you can climb over his head. You can climb on the roof.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, we should maybe go. Kill a baby and then dash away. There's a junk somewhere top right. You heard his footsteps. He's like in the Z, I think. He's not moving anymore, which means he's hiding for you. Oh, he's moving now. He's in the Z, I think. Lower. And maybe upper now. Be really careful here. He can hear you. Okay, maybe he jumped out. I don't know. I think he might still be in here, unless you see him. Okay, nice.
The Tracy's cleared, I think.
Yeah. Okay. That's a nice kill. They're rezzing though. Just live here. I think you lost. Try and break turret for your team, but if you can't win. If you just stay alive, is that a healer? You get healed from your Ana.
Oh, I'm worried.
Yeah. You could have just crossed your Ana there earlier, but it's alright. Playing the safe is not bad. Break the turret again. Your team. Okay, someone's broke it. It's fine. You're to trap under you? Oh, okay. Be careful. Yeah, he lost the tire. Good fight. Going on this Ana is better than hitting Diva. She does more heals than you can do damage. And making a Mercy Ana is also good. Ooh. So you're getting shot, deflected. Yeah, one thing you're doing well this game is like just staying alive a very long time, like backing out of engagements that aren't good, and just even though your team dies, you like just kind of soft back and go in again. It's really good to shoot this turret. It takes a little while, but it's actually a very weird turret spot, but it's fine. So I'd peek with the deflect here and just see if somebody headshots himself, and then back. It's a good thing to do when you're just like not doing much here. Like there's, maybe you could cross to the left, like you could even dash across if you want. But, or just try and jump across is greedy. But just being here, right? You don't have to. You're not like killing anything, right? But this is their diva is fighting you in front of your team right now, which is something you have to do. And now there's a turret. You want to break that. It's your job. And maybe look for an ult on this. Oh, Blade Baby, kill her. Nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah, when they diva bomb like that, like diva bombing like that is very bad in Overwatch 2. Like shooting your bomb in. People who still do that, they just like don't know. They're like, I don't know. It's a really bad play because nowadays with diva bomb, you basically just use it to remech. That's like the purpose of it. Like to lose your mech and then bomb on the objective and get a free remech. But if a diva shoots a diva bomb at you and you have a blade, she's like a free reset, right?
Yeah, I'm glad that you had the same, because I didn't know that was the right play. So I just kind of was like, I'm gonna blade this, and I hope Jake isn't mad at me. But like you were also like, go blade it. So
yeah. The baby diva is like a free kill, right? She's a 150 HP hero, so she's like, if you just hit her with the dash and like get her with a left click. I think also you can be like, you're not pressing tab enough to know what your support ults are and what your queen ult is. Those are like very relevant informations for you to make decisions about your own plays and your own ultimates. Like for instance, if you're coming up on beat, then like any of those ults like queen, beat and nano are all very good combos for blade. Nano is like the obvious one, but the other ones are very good too, because they're just moments when your team is going to be very aggressive naturally, and that's the perfect moment for you, where you don't have to do all the damage with blade. Nano blade is a little weird because it's like you're basically gonna solo carry with the blade and hope your team comes in too. But beat and queen ult is like your queen's gonna be super deep in them, and they're not even. Ideally, you want her to go first, and then you're going in, and then it's like there's purple people who die easily. There's your whole team is probably running in there. They're looking at your queen, and so you might be uncontested with blade. And beat, same thing. You know, just you're not gonna die with blade, so you can hit really aggressively.
Just check her widow.
Pharah. Again, oh, scary heroes.
Sorry, yeah.
You're looking to hit something else than these heroes. Is there like Ana or a hit scan?
Oh, I dashed wrong.
Dash.
Yeah, dashed badly. I could have probably walked for longer and then dashed away.
Yeah, like while you're deflecting, you could dash. It's just like experience on Genji, like having an intuition of where you need to, like when you, because a lot of times you need to like 180 and dash in a specific direction, and you can't look there before because you have to be deflecting them. So I go past Azari and go on somebody else. Oh, yeah, you don't want her aggro. She's scary as fuck for you. Oh wait, she's feeding. Actually, you can kill her with your support thing. Since you're 3v1ing her, it might be okay. But it is a bad fight for you. So typically when that Zarya, like when the Zarya was chasing your Ana, I would have like started pathing behind her and see if I can get something else. Your Zarya's dying, or your Ana's dying. Maybe there's an Ana long card, but be careful because your team's getting fucked, I think. Oh, never mind. So don't die for this, but you pressure her. Nice, and a Pharah's above you. Nice, and now you kill Ana too. Nice. And then see what your team wants to do. They could spawn camp, but honestly, I don't think people really do that at the scale. Okay, they're spawn camping. Play above the. It's good. It's good. So play above their head. That's like you can offer an alternate off angle that your team cannot offer. So and careful for your left. Someone could come out there.
Yeah. Should I play here?
There's a cast there. Yeah. What you're doing is good. And then go on the not these guys. The hit scan at Ana. Or the Moira. Okay, hit scan's top. Oh, yeah. Go Mega maybe. Probably dead, but.
I thought I got the deflect
so
off.
You need to be more aware of the hit scan coming out top. Like yeah. So even going like all the way behind above their head, I think where you were just like top left, you could see down the stairs and see the door is like the spot you want to be.
Right.
If the cast comes there alone, you could try to like fight him, and then the nice thing about dash against a hero like Cass is you could always dash to the Mega and steal it from him if he tries to take it, or like if he sticks you with his grenade, you dash to the Mega. Maybe this guy dies. You try and kill him. Yeah. So be careful. Oh wait, maybe this guy's alone. No, never mind.
Yeah, I saw the support creeping up.
Yeah, you can pressure. There's no Zarya. But remember, don't get distracted by. You basically the cast is like always your target in this comp. Wall climb is good. It's gonna make it harder for him to hit you. Deflect. Oh.
It was a little bit like, by the time I realized it was past me.
Yeah. Do you have ults? Check your ults. You can be quicker there to like, I mean, those are like comms and awareness come in, but like, honestly, you probably can nano blade there and team wipe them, but you just have to know that you have nano blade and you have to be ready to tell your Ana, like, oh, nano me, go. Yeah, I mean, Genji is a very fucked pick, right? Like, it's super hard. There's like one kill target for you, but you do have nano blade, so you can clutch this. But they have like grab, and honestly, all right, what you need to do here is nano blade and deflect the grab. That's actually the play you need to go for. If he's smart, he's gonna grab you, and so don't hit with the nano blade when you do it. Just go on the Zarya and deflect right in front of her as soon as the blade comes out. Okay, go back, man. She's not gonna grab you. Yeah, but you're one. You're one.
I was trying to dash away.
Yeah. But that is a good play, honestly. But yeah, Genji is like, I mean, you just played any hit scan, it's like 1,000 times better. If you want to force Genji, it's gonna be rough. This is a very countering comp for you. Realistically, your Tracer should just go hit scan if you won't, but again, can't control that. Oh, you can go on the Zarya, maybe? You're hitting big damage on her? When you hit like a big headshots on her, okay, you have hit scan now, actually. Your comp became okay now. Because you have Ana Zen. So you can kind of think more passive and like just pulling aggro from off angles, deflecting these more orbs, things like that is actually pretty high value for your team. You don't have to go in because you actually like their comp is really bad against everything except you.
I might just.
He's gonna just look for deflect grab here. Oh, dash away. He's gonna grab you. He's gonna grab you. Okay. If you deflect like that, and she's not already grabbing you, you basically need to dash out.
There might be a grab here.
She should just grab you after it. Don't wake her up. She's gonna grab. You can look for it still in the deflect maybe. Okay, now you're ready to dodge grab because you used. You might just stay alive. You might need a touch here for the team. Don't trouble yourself at all. Or if the queen goes, you need to go. You can go on back line when she shouts. That's your. Try to get a grab deflect. Oh. No. Oh. That's okay. It's okay. You got.
Big.
Oh, Hanian, it's winnable. It's actually winnable. Okay, you should respawn your Razor. I don't know how committed you are to this, but. Oh my god, your Ana's a god. Don't wake that guy. Okay, it's fine.
I was about to get woken up.
Well, because you're winning. The only way you can lose is if they kill you in like the next 1 second. So you don't really want to wake him, but or unless you're triple headshotting him or something, or calling it to your team. So that like stuff like this more orb, you really want to be deflecting those. It's like free ult for you, and you deny them ult. That one was actually not that good, but when he shoots it down mid, which he's been doing constantly, you have nano. You can dash up. No fade. You can just hit her. She's not gonna die. Okay, nice. That's fine. Dashing first is good. So yeah, if you want to, like, yeah, as long as you don't slash dash, right? It's like you can dash into people who are low and then finish them with the hit.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Plus, I've seen her
as long as you don't.
juke, right? I've seen her use her face.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just dash. Yeah, and just you don't even have to think about hitting her with the dash, right? Because she's slow. So you just dash, like into a wall next to her, and then guarantee that you're gonna hit her.
They might have grab again.
No, they don't. No way.
No.
50 max. You might need a deflect for this guy, because he's like front line. Oh, you can. Nice. Climb into the window. You have one way to live.
Oh. I thought I'd die while I was climbing to the window.
Yeah, I think you have, because there's a pipe there, you like wouldn't start taking damage for like half a second. And like you were definitely gonna take damage walking back the way you were too. So the window is just gonna be slightly faster to break LOS. You need to just walk past this guy and dash across.
Crap.
Yeah, I mean maps like this where there's not too much you can do flanking, and they have Zarya is like just Zarya probably the hardest counter to Genji as like a hero, just because she actually has like Winston's pretty good against Genji too, but you also can hit the Winston sometimes.
Yeah.
But Zarya just eats you and also can grab your blades and can bubble the people you go on. It's like a very problematic matchup for you, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
actually, the guy who's saying we should just hard shoot Zarya is actually, it's not a bad call. They don't have Lucio. They're not really gonna run you over. Like, hard shooting Zarya is actually not bad, but it's complicated. Your team's not that
Yeah,
good.
I mean, I'm not really gonna pay too much
The other thing
attention
is
to the
your
TCs.
queen is like sending it on them. Queen is also probably a bad pick, honestly, against what they're playing, unless you're gonna go full on like Lucio with it. So your team has like two visions of how to play that are like opposite. There's like you and Queen who are like aggressive and want to run in, and then there's like Ana Zen who want to chill in the back and shoot. Honestly, Ana Zen hit scan is like the right comp against Zarya since they don't have a Lucio, so like it's just impossible. Zarya doesn't do anything against heroes that stand a mile away. But the problem is you have a weird comp because you have two heroes who like can't do that. I mean, Genji can sort of do that, but Queen really can't do that. But like if you had like a Sig or something, you would just farm them probably. But again, I would say like play top left. Probably being on point isn't the best for you. And then you want to like off angle them, break turrets, and go on. I guess Torb is the person you go on here, or Mercy. She picks up. Break the turret. Okay, they're aggroing you. Don't want. He's aggroing you far. Oh.
Crap.
So when Pharah aggroes you like that, you need to run. Like
Okay, okay.
if she wants to chase you with her Mercy pocket, you cancel what you're doing and try not to die.
Okay.
Because she's gonna fuck you. If you like,
Yeah.
you don't look at her, you know what I mean? Like, at least you could like look at her and try and deflect a rocket into her or something.
Their time is short. Hold strong.
Oh, you're doing good. You guys are owning. So just dash. Just get there faster. Just dash. Help your team.
Okay.
If you're like already winning, in general on rollouts, I would like always dash twice just because like, yeah, maybe you don't if you like need to nano blade, you know what I mean, or something like that.
Right.
Just think about who's gonna touch. Probably Farah's gonna touch. You can, or Mora after she fades. Get Mora. Okay, Mora's on point. Nice. Body blocker is good. Oh, you can still kill her. Just keep hitting Zarya. All in, I think. She's good too.
Oh.
Zarya. Just keep shotgunning her.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
Yeah, so like when you were on the flank on the Torb, it would have been good to like hit the Torb, and then it's like the Pharah Mercy comes to aggro you, and now you run away to the pills and you start juking them and making the Pharah chase you in front of your teammates is like that's like scary for Pharah. Arguably it's a mistake for her to even do that. But once she does it, you got to be careful, like, because you can't deal with that as Genji really. The Pharahs are also a scary hero as Genji because it's very hard to like actually kill her, and she can kill you really easily because she can just splash you and shit. And or just get you low enough where you can't play anymore. It's just that Genji doesn't like heroes that hit you from like Genji in general doesn't like flyers because they hit you from an angle that like you can't keep the enemy all in front of you. You know, like you can't go into the back line and then they're all right in front of you on the ground because Pharah's in the sky. You can never keep her and the enemy team in front of you, so you're not gonna get deflect value. Or she can like splash you anyway or conk you around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Ironically,
So
you get
there's
splashed
been-
a lot because in Diamond, people miss their rocket a little bit, so you get splashed more. Because like
Yeah.
you like anticipate the thing and then like they just miss.
Well, you just can't reliably deflect rockets because it's just
Yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, basically, you're not gonna accomplish anything with the deflect. You're never gonna like kill her with it. You're never gonna be like shotgun her in the back. You have to do crazy shit. You have to like hit really hard shots to deal with Pharah, basically. So yeah, shooting her Mercy can be good, harassing her, but again, those are also hard shots because the Mercy has like a flying hero to dash to. She's much harder to kill than if she's like pocketing a hit scan. So I would like try to take with deflect.
No, sorry, I got.
So you need to be really on the lookout for those. Those are like free ult charge and deny ult charge to them. You gotta dash. You want to be on an off angle here. You want to be like on the top right, shooting from an angle your team cannot shoot from. So you can kill the turret. You can like deflect it now, and then just keep playing here and poking Sigma from a weird angle. You can, if you play here, you should be able to get orb if you climb on this wall, maybe. Like to the max height. Oh, maybe you can make it now. So you could go bottom right and poke from there. You just want to keep poking from weird off angles and oh, dude,
I gotta go with my team.
good.
Yeah.
Man. That's a feed. You're not gonna get a blade here. This is rough. But you got 40 seconds. Maybe you can get someone else. The Torb took big damage. This angle's not bad either. And then you could dash top right. And now keep poking from this angle. Okay, Queen lives. She might get a nano soon. You can get the Mega, honestly. Your team's low. Okay, never mind. You got that. Oh boy. Yeah, just set up for last second touch.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
you can do here. And then you're gonna walk on a point, deflect, and then dash away and hope somebody else touches, and then maybe try and touch again. Oh, I think you touched too early.
Ah, it was too early, too early.
All the time.
Fuck, I touched too early. I thought I would leave with 3 seconds. Too early.
Yeah. I mean, the Queen and the Genji are just, they're not it into what they're playing. the fucking Torb May, you just need like a spam hero there basically.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the point of like learning the hero though, is like learning the...
What is bad for you, yeah.
Yeah, and also like... Okay,
how to play the bad matchups also.
exactly, like a little bit, right? Like, you know, you're not always going to get super hard countered. You might just have like slight counters and find a way to make it work.
Yeah. I guess in that comp, I think the deflecting the Mara Orb is like the biggest thing you didn't do like once that game. That's like very high impact that you can do. Because you could actually have charged a blade in a minute 40 if you like get all the Mara Orbs and you're like getting big poke from off angles. But it's just a comp where you guys are just having like a major issue of style where you have like these poking heroes like Far Mercy and Zen, and we also have Queen and Genji, which are like hard diving heroes. Could have been okay if you had like an Ana or something to nade them and just go all in super hard, or a Lucio to speed in and go in super hard. But your comp was more of like, yeah, it's just gonna always have a hard time. Maybe I mean, I don't know, the Queen was just like full sending it, so maybe you're like forced to full send it with her, but it's kind of just impossible to win, I think.
Are you down for another game, or I don't want to take too much of your time?
Yeah, let me go move my laundry. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll keep.
You can queue up. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
All right, chat. How you guys doing? Hope you guys have been enjoying. Yeah, I was not really paying attention to what the random flaming was. I feel like we should have won that game. I could have... If I had touched, maybe we win, actually. Like, I just touched too early. I got pressured a little bit by the Torb turret spamming me, and I was like... I'm still a little bit PTSD. Like, Jake's very calm about the... Jake's very calm about breaking the turret, but in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, it's killing me. So I could have probably chilled out a little bit longer, played that a little bit more patient, and then got out. And the other funny thing is I can't hear a lot of audio when Jake is talking. Thanks, Snake. Like, you know, Jake's like, oh, you know, there's a footsteps over here. He can hear them better than me because he's talking and he has his headphones in, but I'm hearing Jake and the footsteps, so I can't hear the footsteps. His audio's a little loud. I just wanted to make sure we can hear his POV, because that is the important part. The audio of the footsteps is not so important. It's good we've gotten a fair few matchups. Let's see what happens in this one. Oh, it's Orion again. Okay, I think I just stand in their face here. When they walk. Just gonna deflect in their face. Look at that damage. And by the time they come back, it'll probably be... I gotta go deal with this guy, I think. I think there I had to, and again, we're winning the fight, so I'm just gonna dash in this time rather than... wait. He's got a Sonic in him, so he should be killable. Okay, so it's good to note that that soldier flanked like that, because I think he's gonna do it again. I don't think that guy's gonna stop doing this.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, a good Genji map.
Yeah, so they've been running Ryan. They ran through this choke. I just, you know, stood there and deflected in their face.
That is very good. Don't go... Oh, your team is great.
My team's kind of YOLOing in, so I'm just gonna...
Fuck, might as well. Good play, Kappa. Just touch point, you need to go back to point, go back to point, don't see 9 and tick. Hopefully your auto touches, please. Oh my god, he's so bad. That's so bad, you need ticks to this guy. Careful, you know.
Yeah, I don't need to take it as duel, you can do it.
Yeah, no, but that's so bad to give them a tick here where you could have full, like, your art is 1v5ing, you know, even if the Ana just dies the touch, it's like worth. I wouldn't. Okay, that's fine. You have rally soon. Get ready to help. If she rallies, you're gonna just let them come out though. Soldier man, you can die alone. Nice. Don't need to dash.
Yeah, I didn't need to dash. Yeah, I didn't get the dash.
Again, it's like the blade, right? It's like it is a secured kill with the sleep, so you can like triple headshot melee for like, you know, whatever that is, 180. Especially when it's a sleeper that your Ana's also hitting. Or if he's like full HP, then you can triple dash melee. It's just bad to being aware of when you actually need to dash for secured kills, like the blades and with because this is a difference of you having the dash in case there was another guy that you wanted to go on. This is fine, but don't stay here too long. The biggest mistake your team is making is like going into this choke.
Yeah,
we should just constantly stay outside the choke.
Yeah, just play here and they can't do anything. I'm gonna start here because I think the soldier keeps flanking. So
I don't mind watching it, and then okay, what's their top? Yeah, like, fine. And like I like when the soldier went main, you like dealt with him a little. Now that your whole team's here, you're probably just all committing to this. Soldier's bottom right. He's on the coast. You killed him. Yeah, this is what is kind of inevitable to happen. You fighting here is that like it's very like if your Ana doesn't nade him, I would have like complained hardcore. Like it's like a very obvious nade for your Ana. So you can like expect it. Oh. So you're looking to nano blade here. When they come out. So nice. Go on the Ryan. Go on the Ryan. Get him one time. Hold on. Get the mega. Just stay play on the mega. Play on the mega. Ah. Okay. Nice. Just live now. You might need a touch. Your team is not going to touch it. You got to just W the point and touch. Go back in.
Oh.
Maybe you can live.
If I had dashed out sooner when the first time, I would have been able to touch. It's my bad.
Yeah, or if you just went to the mega in the first place when the Ryan was 1 HP on the coast, rather than going to him, because you could, like, he almost got that mega from pinning, and then you would have really gotten fucked.
Wow, they're just dumping else into this.
Yeah. And also, that's why it was such a bad. You guys didn't realize fast enough that they were C9ing you. If you had more time to touch point with that one tick, you know,
it's true.
It's all the things.
It all snowballs. It all snowballs.
Yeah.
Okay, we're 90 rally.
Okay, so they have 1,000,000 heals for Ryan, but they lack some damage and like utility. What this the guy here? What the fuck? You can just dash on his back, probably. So your whole team is there. Touching for it's not bad either. Get this Ryan maybe. Oh, dash out. Jeez. Okay, maybe you can get the pills and go back in. Now you can look a little bit more like grabbing packs and coming back in, even if you're not full. Deflect some of these fire strikes. Well, that's gonna end. It's gonna end.
God damn it.
I think you're just setting up for a last second touch here, hopefully. Or maybe deflect for your Ana if she needs it. She might need it. Oh, the Genji dies. One dash. Oh, melee. Nice. Get out. Dash out. Oh.
I just wanted to touch.
Okay. It's not that bad. It's not
but
that
yeah,
bad.
we weren't gonna make it.
I mean, you can't win that, so it's not worth actually. But
yeah, I wasn't aware in that situation like how close the next touch was.
I don't know. Probably that's pretty risky.
I love that you call mega rooms pills, by the way.
Well, pills are the small ones, and mega is the mega.
Right.
Because they're little pill bottles. You can just dash into this Ryan, by the way, and start like hitting him.
Right now, like I feel like worried for that. Yeah.
Right now. Well, if you didn't use the deflect, because what you can do a lot of times into Ryan is like dash into them, hit them, and then when they start hitting you, you deflect and run back. Because your team is already shitting on him, he's running away. He will never chase you after the deflect, you know.
Right.
Other than like maybe if they pop ults, but that's kind of like it's like they're already on the back foot. Them popping ults is not that good right now.
Should I blade now or should I wait?
Maybe after this. Yeah, it's not a good chat right now. Soldier next. Nice. One thing, it's a small thing when you're blading, like especially nano blading. Don't do the thing. I don't know. People see this in like the fucking highlight vids where the Genji like doesn't even look and he like dashes to the next target. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not good enough
just
to do
look
that.
And like aim the dash, and so you actually hit him with the dash. Like especially heroes like Soldier, like hit scans that just, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to do that. You know, it's gonna make you like a millisecond faster. See, what the fuck? He's lower. He's just walking a mid with a visor.
I think he's throwing. I think he's griefing.
Yeah, I think he's griefing. Okay, they're calling, so you're chilling a little. Hit this Ryan. He's gonna die. Yeah, nice. Oh, okay, that dash out was using your that, but it's okay. Nice. Now push in with the coal. You can just dash in because you have a coal on you, so you're like never gonna die. Nice, and then maybe go one more. And maybe one more. I don't mind. I like that. See, like that. Super important against Mora. Any more like the good Mora players will never shoot their orbs at you, but at this level they will constantly, and you just deflect them all. Deflect the heal orbs, deflect the fucking damage orbs, and then you want to get advanced with it. You actually think about where you're shooting the Mora orb, and you think like a Mora does. You like bounce it off the walls. If it's a heal orb, you bounce it on a wall that's gonna come back to you. Like it's your Mora orb now, right? It's worth taking whatever it is, 20 damage from the Mora orb in order to deflect it. So
is it worth just letting the fire strikes go and saving for the Mora orb? Like
yeah, don't worry about deflecting fire strikes unless you like really want to. I mean, it's good, but I would say like that one you can't get. Then and dash out is looking bad because they're droned.
Oh, he's in.
Holy Ryan pinned in, huh? Alright, fuck it. You should walk in, maybe. That was okay, because like, alright, the Mora's gonna throw a damage orb, I'm feeling it. It's coming.
He's gonna slam as well. Oh.
So that's like an experience thing, like just being ready to jump in front of the Mora orb to deflect it. Break the drone for your ride.
I kinda wanna. Oh boy.
You're not blade this, yeah, don't blade that, that. Like 1v5ing. You wait for your call and something else to blade that, probably. Okay, especially against the comp they're playing. They have like so much, they're just gonna like heal crazy in the torp. Like you're not gonna live long enough really to kill with blade. Maybe you kill one, like if you're lucky, but blade is like the end of the game all here. Break the turret instantly. He's a thrower for building that one. It's nice. It's really nice for you. And now maybe go on the torp. He might be over aggressing. Oh, maybe he's not. If he were to go on your Hanzo. So now you go hit the Mora, hit the Mora. Oh, it's okay. I don't mind. This is a safer blade. This is a safer blade. I would hit the Mora because I'm very confident in like being able to dash to the fade, and because I have my coal on. So the Mora will take like 3 hits to die, but it's, if you kill her all, it's like godly.
Right.
But it's because once you dash the torb, then you could no longer really do it, because you have to be, because you're right on her with the blade and she cold. You can start hitting her with the blade, and then she's gonna fade during the cold, right? And then you could dash her again and finish her. Especially because you have your coal on, so you're like confident you'll get healed throughout the coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little. It's one of those things where like I don't know. What you did is like a safer play, and what I would have gone for the Mora because I'm like sure that in that spot I can finish her, or like make her fade completely out of the fight. Like if she were to fade like straight back to their spawn, I probably wouldn't chase her. But then you know like you could have like stuffed her ult and then gone for the torp. But I'm not worried about that too much. If your Ryan would play anything other than Ryan, that'd be very good here. Ryan on offense is like a hard throw into the Ryan on defense. You might get full held. So I would like, if I were you, I'd be typing in chat, hey Ryan, can you play a dive?
No,
because
I'm
like,
I'm Genji only. I don't got any ground.
No, but like Genji is a perfectly viable pick here, and Ryan is not.
Yeah, but I don't really care at this point.
I mean, I wouldn't have typed that in the last game. I wouldn't have typed anything because you were griefing on Genji. But this game, Genji is not griefing, and so I would just ask. You don't have to say like you play fucking monkey, you glad dogship player, but like just ask, hey, do you play any divers? Or I don't think people get offended by that, right? Like just saying,
I think
do you play diver here?
I'm called Genji only. I feel bad asking anyone else to switch. Like I think that's
a wrong mentality. I agree with you when you're griefing the game on Genji, but when your pick makes sense and theirs doesn't, I would just ask. Because I mean, worst they can say. I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm not saying you have to flame them, like go all out, you know, but just like what you're gonna do here is okay. They're just giving up, maybe. So okay, it doesn't matter what you do. You don't want to be here. You go from another angle.
Oh, okay. I thought I might just like walk in front of my Ryan like the Junker Queen.
I mean,
type thing.
yes, you can, but I think you do more making them look at you when your Ryan walks out. Like shoot the Ryan in the back, probably. You gotta shoot the Ryan. You're not gonna hit that guy.
I might just pull him.
Or cap the point. Cap the point is good. And if he touches, you're gonna dash the high ground and just ignore him. Go hit the Ryan now.
Wow, that was a big
Oh my
shatter.
god, he's got a shatter. Yeah, it's because Ryan's on defense is so much better. I think you guys win this? Yeah, okay, nice. So that's generally a good play on flankers. Touch the point. When they respond, you instantly get off the point, and then you start fighting them while you have priority for a second. They are just griefing because the Torb just gave up. Like if their Torb had been like on point, then it would have, or had a turret in a relevant spot, then you probably can't do that. It would have been hard. You can kill Sana probably. Don't let her leave on Nana, it's really important. Oh, you already missed it. She's gone. Maybe going from behind like before. Oh, free kill, nice. Nice, save dash. It's really good when they're what is it? When they're shattered or slept, like use your jumps to like line up with their head, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's
Like you
another
can just be
advanced
double.
technique.
If you're,
'Cause I'm like,
I mean, you should be confident enough in your aim to be able to
Yeah.
like when they're stunned and shit, where you're like just jumping and then you could like left click their head while jumping, because they're stunned, you know?
sure.
Like obviously,
yeah,
shooting right clicks at their body is what you do when they're moving and they're fighting. Just kill this guy. He's feeding. Take his life. Oh, never mind.
Just don't,
Maybe he's
respawns are.
Yeah.
Like,
Just when he was
I
like
hate
standing
this
still, I
lady.
would have dashed on him and tried to one shot him and then run away. In general, you can do plays against Ryan where you like dash into him, right click once, and then instantly deflect and back up. And usually it's like an overextension for him to chase you.
Oh, we are out. We are out.
Nano call, it's good. Just run away. You can keep left clicking and farm your ult, but oh my god. Go into the spawn, it's super scary. You can fight it now, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
dash out to
whatever.
the high ground. I think he's on the high ground. Oh, he's low ground. Oh. Deflect. When Reaper ults, you just stand, like, W into him with your deflect on and he'll die. You should dash the Ryan, he'll die, I think. Maybe. He's one. Okay, nice. I didn't see the ults when you checked. Hopefully you saw.
Yeah, I got nano.
Yeah, Nano, but it doesn't look that good to commit. You're winning the fight without Nano Blade. Ideally, you want to save Nano Blade for third here. Oh, it kills Torby's freaking. Nice, and then where? Carry the nade here. But you should just be fine with like getting heal. Gonna harass these guys on the way out. If you hit some crazy headshots, they'll die. But
I might just nano blade earlier.
when they touch, you'll Nano Blade.
I'm gonna let
Like
that
when the
go.
Ryan connects, and then just kill. You might want to deflect on when you go. Okay. Oh, she used sleep. It's your time. Kill the Torb next. And now go Mega. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I would have dashed into Mega there on the right.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just something you want to be really aware of on Genji is like all the places where the packs are, because oftentimes like dashing back to your team if you don't have any CDs is like less safe.
Yeah,
And
it's like a leap of
you're
faith.
faster. You have to remember you're also faster than anyone else, or anyone other than Tracer. So if you just dash to a Mega and start running up the stairs, like you're just not gonna get caught. Or by the time you do get caught by their skills and shit, they're fully distracted and like you traverse the map faster than almost any other character. So you can go get a Mega on the flank and just kite away, and then if they chase you, it's a waste of time. And you have your CDs again. Maybe you kill them, they isolate themselves. Create a virtuous cycle for yourself. Oh, you can. She has nade. Yeah, okay. That's good she naded herself. But if I were you, I wouldn't have dashed on that. You know what I mean? I would have just walk at her at like mid range so she can't. You don't want her to get the nade that's on herself and you. You want to. She has to decide. If she nades you, then you can dash away. But she's low. If she nades herself, then okay, she naded herself. But then you could go on her after. She happened to nade herself like right before you dashed in, but I don't think you like actually saw that in time. It was just like you got lucky kind of.
Yeah, I did. I was kind of like, maybe I dash right click to kill her. Yeah, so like maybe this will kill her, but
Yeah, just want to be careful because she's holding the nade, so like she has that ability you're scared of.
sure. Okay, you good to go again? Is laundry all good? I mean, again, feel free to leave
Yeah, I'm in
whenever
my
you
laundry.
feel.
I'll
free
do
to
one more
whenever
game.
you-
I'll do one more game.
Cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. This is a lot I'm taking in.
I don't know if you're like actually committed to like never speaking to anybody, but I feel like even if you're gonna one trick Genji, I mean, all right, there's some things I think are egregious. I think no matter how committed you are to learning a character, like on King's Row, when your team got like, it was like a 2v2 on cart or 2v1 on cart and you're on a stalling cart, it is egregious not to go Tracer. It is like truly egregious, Like, you don't have to make any play. The only thing that matters of all the characters, like the only thing that matters is who can touch the car the fastest, right? There's nothing else relevant. You are just gonna be 5v2 in 5 seconds. The only way you lose is if the Ana gets headshot and then no one's touching car for 1 second and you lose. So that is like an egregious situation to play Genji. It's like, I don't care how much you want to practice Genji, no matter how good you are at Genji, I don't care if you have a fucking hacks for Genji only, you would never play Genji there, right? Like even if you were gonna hit, you knew you would hit every possible headshot, you would not play Genji there, right?
Right.
So those are egregious situations in my opinion. Very rare. That like is like basically only for like Tracer touches car faster on a lot of maps than Genji does. And if that's the only thing that matters, you would switch. That's like one of the only scenarios. Or like I think like not asking Ryan, which is kind of weird on a map where you're not griefing on Genji. If you're like last map, you know, playing the Zarya Farm Mercy, it would be a little. I would not tell my teammates what to pick, you know, or ask them for anything, because you're kind of trolling and they're already mad at you. But asking for a dive on Nimbani attack, I think is in a polite way. I would consider very normal, regardless of what you think.
I mean, I think at this elo, it's just like I don't really think there's much. I mean, yeah, it's better, but I don't really think there's much need to put emphasis on like people's optimal picks and stuff.
I agree with you in the sense of optimal picks. Like I wouldn't say, oh, like don't play Winston or don't play Doomfist, play Winston. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that, but I think people. The thing about comps is like I agree. Like in that sense, it doesn't matter. Like playing which version of do you play Junker Queen or Zarya if you're gonna play like a rushing comp, right? That I agree is not that relevant. It matters way more what people's individual competencies is. But I think just because people don't understand that they shouldn't play Ryan on Nimbani Tech doesn't make Ryan like. It is still really hard to win, you know? Like, if their Torb didn't literally grief the game, I think you guys could get full hold there easily playing your comp, you know? Right. Regardless of people's skill level. Like, it's just, it actually is, like, extremely defense favored.
Should I just try and pressure this Widow and Sojourn, basically?
Yeah, pressuring the Widow is really good. Pressuring Ryan is really good when he's low like this.
Oh. I tried to deflect.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing is really good against Ryan. If the Ryan ever gets naded, I want you to do this more in general. Is like, if your Ryan is hitting their Ryan, dash into the Ryan, right click him once, and then deflect like inside of him in front of your Ryan, because your Ryan is swinging. So much like the Junker Queen, your Ryan wants somebody to like shield for him, you know, because he's swinging. Shield. Okay, that guy just pinned into that.
Just gonna protect
this is good. You're chilling. I think someone's flanking. Yeah, you can maybe mark that. Reaper. Oh. Okay, I wouldn't have dashed like this because you have nothing. So like if he's actually right there, he would just kill you. You know?
Well, I thought he was underneath.
You don't know where
so,
he
like,
is.
I'm okay to like.
Okay, he was right, but I don't think you actually knew that for sure. You know what I mean? He could have been like turning to walk up the stairs after you saw him. So I would have just walked here and saved my CDs. And it's like you don't have perfect information.
True.
You want to. If you had deflect, it would have been more okay, right?
I didn't know they had charge punch.
Deflect, probably. Oh, the Doom's nanoed. Maybe you go back line here. Oh, there's one. And on this one. And go on Widow. Okay. That would have been an overheat, but it would have been sick. Dashing out is the right play. But
yeah.
I would have gone on Widow anyway, just for an overheat, since you already killed the supports. But I would have been wrong, honestly, frankly. I just instinct took over. Right? When you pop off with the deflection, you're getting dash
you just want to get all those dash resets. You're just like, let's go.
Yeah. Realistically, she probably has like a Venom Mine and a grapple, and maybe not a good play, but the realistic play is when you get those 2 kills, you just instantly dash to safety, like as fast as you can. If you get even realistic, I mean, the Ana was like she was out of CD, so it was a good kill, but yeah. So here you have Nano Blade, right? Yep. You're waiting for them to overextend, and then you're Nano. They use Nano. Literally, he used Nano. Okay, Nano. So just carry the nade here. You gotta back away. To the high ground, maybe. Oh, Widow's high ground. You're backing to high ground and going Widow. She doesn't know. She has no fucking idea where you're at.
Oh, I'm bad.
It's good. You did was good. Get the Mega in the room to your left. You can even dash. Yeah. Just for safety. Okay, this is a little scary for me going for the Widow. Probably Blade here if you want to kill Widow.
Oh, I should have deflected. I was being greedy. Yeah. I thought I could reach her.
You're out of range for the hit. So a lot of times when it happens and you use the dash early, what you want to do is like because with your Dragon Blade you're even faster than normal, so you can like keep closing the distance with your deflect. Yeah, which is very strong.
Got you. I'm gonna look for the recontests.
Yeah, pressuring these hit scan is really good. Doom's gonna see 9. He's not open. Yeah, but honestly, even with the Widow there, rather than like when you blade and you like dash straight to the Widow, I think it would have been a better play to like blade and like walk at her with your deflect on.
Right.
When she looks at you, you like walk at her, you put a deflect on, and then she's gonna grapple somewhere. Because as you get on top of her, she's gonna be like, oh fuck, and then she's gonna grapple, and then you dash on her. Ideally. Part of another important thing to recognize is like sort of when you've done enough, I guess. Like when you, especially when you, like a couple fights you killed the support, another thing too is like when you walked up behind that Widow and she didn't know you're there, you should just like stand still and left click her from mid range. As soon as you turn that corner and she's like just hard scoped and has no fucking idea you're there, you should just like stop moving so your aim is perfect and triple headshot her with left click and then dash her, right? Or like based on how the left click goes, you like decide what to do next. But that if people who like really don't know you're there, like it's like snipers really who are like hard scoped, just left clicking them from mid range, because if you walk all the way to them where you can shotgun them in the head, they're probably gonna hear you by that time, you know, unless you want to crouch walk to them. But you know, usually it's like the fastest thing you can do to put, because if you hit a triple headshot, then you dash, you know, you like if you miss the triple headshot, maybe you shoot again, or you start right clicking and start walking forward, you know. But it's very likely that you'll be able to hit at least a headshot or two with a left click there, since they're fucking.
Yeah, I choke that kind of stuff quite often, where I'm like, I snuck up on this guy, he has no idea, and like I rush it.
Yeah.
So I need to
like that when you saw, the thing is, what's really important is like, I'm the one who recognized it for you, but when you saw that Widow shot, that would be like, whoa, alarm bells, there's a Widow here? Like, she can't be there. Even if she knows you're there, she has to run away instantly, you know what I mean? She's like really deep in your team, like in a position that she can't defend. Nice. And now dash out. You're in too much danger. Okay, you might win that, but I wouldn't have done that. So after you killed the one, you were in deep at 100 HP. You don't go for the next kill on Zen, honestly. You almost one-shot him, but like, you just dash out to your team there. That's the case where you already did enough. They're already looking at you. You just want to use everything to get out and then go again later. So I would stop left clicking and start flanking on the left here. Okay, maybe you guys just ask, but okay, maybe just chill. Try and help maybe deflect for Ryan if they go on him.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay, he's okay. Like that dude might have been able to kill him if you just sent it, but.
I think I gotta go.
Yeah, show up. Nice. You sleep, Carry, you want to stay a little bit away from him? Oh, that dash is. Okay, you're okay. See what I mean? That dash is like, just walk up and keep shooting. Don't dash like that. Don't dash on full HP targets. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like the greed of
you
like.
basically fed there, right? Like dashing in like that.
It's like the greed of like, oh, I'm gonna dash it and I'm just gonna assume that the rest of the damage is gonna come through from the team. But then when it doesn't, you die.
Yeah.
It's out of your
control. At least you want to like assess the situation before you do that, and you didn't really assess the situation. You know? If you had shot like once or twice, your team would have been there, but you know, it's like the tempo. See, right? Like the Bastion did push in really strong and fuck them up at that moment, or like a couple seconds after you went in. But if you had like shot once and then you see the Bastion shooting and then the guys are getting low, and then like the dash will come naturally.
Sure. Got you.
But like what you're doing on the Ash was really good. You're like triple left clicking them, and then I hit all the left clicks. Okay, now I dash them.
Sure.
If you miss, maybe you do something different.
Yeah, maybe you back out, maybe you poke for a little bit longer. So like, yeah, you have options.
Yeah, but like the key thing is like you're showing up from an angle where you're on an off angle where the enemy's not necessarily going to be watching. I mean, a good teams like will be watching this and will be aware of this and listening to you and stuff. But you still, nonetheless, even in a good game, you still show up there and you force them to respond to you. And then if you're lucky and they're not paying attention, you get a free kill. Most of the time they're paying attention, and you like trade with them a little bit using wall climbing jumps and trading, and then you're pulling aggro from your main group or from the person pushing car.
Got you. Yeah. No, I mean, there's so much information here, so I really appreciate you giving me your time. Like, right. I think it's all about instincts.
I hope it was useful to you. I feel like you were playing better overall. I think it is good to recognize the moments to like even if you want a one trick, I would still go Tracer personally on like the recontests and stuff. Just touch car and then you win the fight, you go back to spawn, you know, or for certain moments such as that. But up to you, I guess, how you want to approach it, or like versus the fucking Zarya farmers. Like there are certain comms that are like abusive, you know. That's the danger with one tricking anything. It's like the sim players, and then they play against like Pharah Widow, and it's like the worst game of your life, you know.
Have you done like a unranked GM or anything like that before?
I did a long time ago. I did like a challenge where I'm not allowed to calm ever. But it was mostly just like, there were some very painful games actually. I played games where we were on like such bad comps I couldn't win. It was like incredible. I remember playing a game on the Mbani where we were playing the Ryan offense into like double shield Bastion Torb. And I couldn't win. I truly don't know what to do. Like, I truly don't think I should have. Maybe I go Widow and hit only heads, but it's double shield, right? So it was like very Like there are comps so bad that no matter you can even be smurfing and not be able to win. It is pretty rare though, honestly. Most of the time, you know, you can keep like 95%, 98% win rate. Or maybe if you play tank and you actually are picking the right tanks, then you could win.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to learn. I think a lot of my instincts is what I'm kind of needing to retrain. Well, whatever random instincts I have, right? Because obviously I've never played Genji, so these are just like pure raw.
That's
like,
what I mean
I'm
about
gonna
just
dash in and go.
copying what good players do. Like, don't even worry. Like, your instincts are how to play. Like, the thing is, you might, within the scope of what you think about playing, like the way you think about playing is like, okay, I'm gonna walk up and shoot this guy. Within the scope of that, you might be playing really well, and you might even get your mechanics to be like really good, which will actually happen a lot for players around, like I would say like Diamond, Masters, maybe even low GM, where you're like, within the scope of what you are attempting to do, you're doing it well. But what you're attempting to do is just wrong, and there's like a much better thing you should be doing. And like that's the area where people shouldn't have a style. You're like, I like to shoot the tank. You know, it's like, no, you really shouldn't. You shouldn't be that player who has a preconception of how to play. You should copy what the best players do, because people have solved the game at this point. Like on pretty much every hero, right? People like just know how to play all the heroes now. Maybe when there's a new hero, there's like a little bit of time before it's like really solved. Like, what's the comp to play this in? What do you do in that comp? What do you do against each matchup? But honestly, for heroes like Genji and Tracer, it's solved. And if you just watch like pro players play, there will be like consistent themes of how they approach the game. Like the thing on Genji where you need to like approach people without using your cooldowns, using just your double jump and wall climb. That's something that like you should just copy and everyone should do. It's just the right way to play Genji. You know, like until you're so insanely good at the game that you can confidently dash from max range and hit the triple headshot after the dash. But that is like 10 players in the world can do that. You know what I mean? So like, don't do that. Like,
Well, yeah, it's kind of like anything. It's like once you understand the rules and you're so good at them, then you can break them a little bit. But until you do, you can't.
You can understand the conditions that allow you to just hard dash in to the mid.
Yeah.
You know, and like, or be so mechanically good, you can do things that are like, would be too inconsistent if you weren't that mechanically good.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Like, you go for
100%.
fights that other people won't go for. Like, other players should just reset. But if you're the San Francisco Shock, maybe you try and clutch 4v5 with a bunch of ults. You know what I mean? Like, but I would still say to every, you know, player below the professional level, don't try to clutch this fight, you know? And then the pro team, okay, they clutched the fight, they won. But like, arguably it's like a bad play that the pro team tried to clutch. It's just that maybe they had the read that they could like catch somebody off guard, or they just, you know, said fucking YOLO and let's go. You know, like that does happen when players are so insanely good. They're like almost overconfident with their skill. But that's kind of the edge you seek out when you're playing like at the professional level. You break the rules, as you said.
Yeah, or what
but
happens
for most 99.999% of the player base, you should follow the rules and you will just do much better.
Yeah, or the flip side, which happens in like the outside of well, even in GM elos, where it's like the wrong play gets value because they fucked up, right? Like they did something really technically what you did is like should get you killed, but the enemy team like didn't look at you, didn't punish you.
But the enemy team or like they overreact heavily and then they all get killed, you know, or like, you know what I mean? The Lucio like I was playing our game and like we killed like 3 people, and then my Lucio, it was like their queen and Lucio were the last players up, and then my Lucio beat it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, we killed 3 of them, and it was like 2 seconds later, my Lucio beats, and then the enemy Lucio beats. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, he's 2v5ing into a beat, and he presses his beat. You know, it's like, this is so bad. And that's like a GM1. That's a top ranked game. So even in ranked, people are like heinously bad at the decision making from a professional perspective. I mean, people are like, I'm sure all the players in that game are like mechanically really strong and will like fuck anybody up in a 1v1, like an average level player, right? But yet they do things that are like, from a professional perspective, like inconceivably stupid, like so wrong, so like game throwingly wrong, you know?
Yeah,
but
100%.
That's how it goes. Like, I think it really is. It's remarkable how much difference there is between competitive play and even the very, very top of ranked. I think mechanically people reach a pretty high level at the top of ranked, but the decision making and the like strategy is like really poor. Maybe because Overwatch is like a ridiculously complex game, almost too complex, you know.
For sure. Like, yeah, it true. I mean, even you said, you know, it's kind of been solved, but even then it's like the solutions are so nuanced and complex that only like you couldn't even like relay that information
you just can't
to someone
comprehend
else.
them. It's like, oh yeah, like the reason, it's like the casual players, the reason people don't play a certain comp is because that comp loses to another comp that has swap priority to the meta comp, And like most people don't even know what those words mean, you know. So you can't play Pharah because I could if you did play Pharah, I would switch to hit scan and I would beat you. And so even though I'm not playing hit scan, you still can't play Pharah because you need 2 swaps and I need 1, so you still don't play it. You know, like those things only by like being an elite, like everybody understands those things at the elite level, so just nobody's picking the Pharah. And from a casual perspective, it's like, why don't they go Pharah here? They're not even playing hit scan, like, you know, like Pharah would work right now, you know. And then people just don't understand there's like nuances to the game that are like you will incur a greater cost from that play than the benefit. And so it's a non-optimal play. It's not, you don't do it.
It's very.
But again, like that's something that requires a lot of you have to experience. Oh, we went through that. We tried doing this. Oh, and then we got hard punished. So we can't do this anymore. We don't try it anymore. We know that the answer exists.
For sure, and it's very insightful and enlightening as well, because like obviously I've done this now with like 6 or 7 heroes and you know, all different coaches, and most of the coaches so far have just been like specialists on the hero. And like content creator specialists, right? So they're like Fitzy for Sombra and Yeedle for Ball and stuff. And their approach is much more like rank centric. So it's a lot more like based off of the experience of what's going to happen when you're playing ranked. Okay, your teammates are going to do this. They're going to throw. Just assume they're going to throw and do it like this. Whereas your approach is like the opposite almost, where you're like, it feels to me you're always looking for like optimal down, right? You're always like, this is what should happen right now. So I need you to go here and deflect for your queen, right? Because like this is the optimal play. And if it doesn't work, then that's fine. We griefed and like GG, go next. But like, it's like, your approach is like very, because your background of like pro play is like your
it's the approach
very,
of
like,
I want to beat the best players in the world, where the ranked approach is I want to beat bad players with other bad players on my team. Like, you know, so I guess it sort of depends what your goals are, you know. If people just, but in my opinion, like the idea of like I'm gonna just assume my teammates are bad, you will win ranked games if you play in the middle of the day when bad players are playing. You will lose when the AL players show up in the ranked games. You will get fucking shit stomped. You know, like that's why all the one-trick players, like so many of the one-trick players get high rank because they play off hours, or like, well, it's not their fault. It's not like people are intentionally dodging pro players, in my opinion. I think people just like nowadays when I play ranked, I mostly play in the middle of the day because that's when I want to stream. It's like convenient for my life, you know. But if you play like, you know, at like 9 p.m. Eastern, and the games at the top of the ladder are like 4 to 5 AL players in every game, you're gonna get stomped if you don't understand how to play with and against good players, like playing for the team, playing for max value. Then, you know, the individualistic mindset playing doesn't work against those players, because when you have multiple players all playing with this mindset of like we will all play for an optimal team structure and like the most value we can get as a unit rather than as an individual, then you will feel the pain of trying to play, trying to deal with that. Like it's overwhelming, you know. Like if you ever have played in those games where it's like a full AL stack against you, you're like, oh, we just can't win. It's like hopeless from minute 1, you know. I had a game the other day where it was like I was playing tank and I got Lip on Widow, Heesang on Tracer, Finn on support, and then I can't remember, maybe Chorong on support. And the enemy team had like 3 AL players, but they also had like a Mercy 1 trick and a Sim 1 trick. And it was like, I just play Diva and right-click Lip, and it's over. Like Lip kills 3 every fight because all I'm doing is protecting Lip. It's Dorado. My Widow eats you all. The Sim tries to do her weird plays. Lip just headshots her out of the TP like 7 times. You know, it's like, like you can't play weird against the best players. It doesn't work anymore. But for most players, you will be able to rank up with like an individualistic mindset, playing a one trick and like just knowing how to play it and assuming your team is bad and like just doing the most you can with a bad team. So I guess it's interesting. I think one approach is like it's like the short-term gains of individualistic mindset versus like the long-term top-end potential of thinking of the game as a whole.
Yeah, and again, it's like that experience what you're talking about is so far removed from like 99.9% of players that it's not even relevant to them, right? It's like for them that's never gonna occur where they're like in a situation where they get punished by the god players that come down. They're like, we're gonna play
the
now.
Best
like
players in the world
we're actually gonna play
with
now.
Like understanding how to use all their synergies and shit, and like being willing to sacrifice their own value because they trust their teammates. I think it's also sad in my mind though, because I think like if you ever play Overwatch that way, you see what the game can be, and and in my opinion, it's a very beautiful thing. Like how when you conceive of the game as what we can all do together rather than it's an individual FPS.
Yeah.
You know, it's like compared to like Counter-Strike, right? Counter-Strike is a pretty individualistic game in a relative sense. But when you play against a team that's like flashing for each other and shit, you're like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah,
like we're getting
yeah.
smoked, you know? Like teams who can like use the util together and, you know, like it's like a different game. But in my opinion, it's a very, very exciting one, very fun one.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Again, a great argument for why team queues and stuff are, or just tournaments or anything that encourages that.
I'm a fan of tournaments. I wish they had more tournaments. Like, it's kind of hard because people would smurf, right? But like, it'd be cool to have more tournaments that are like, I don't know, like gated to like a certain elo bracket or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess people would smurf if there was like real rewards for it. But I know if there's like no fucking rewards, and I think people would maybe just want to play for fun. I'm curious. Like, would people not want to just like queue up with? You have to all be diamond. But
yeah, you can just have like
you play
titles.
against
Like, it doesn't have
smurfs,
to
and in
be...
GM there'd be a bunch of cheaters and shit. So I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like, yeah, anything super valuable. Just like a little trophy or title, like digital
a
trophy
spray,
or title.
you know?
Yeah, like a spray, or like, again, in StarCraft, you have like the little cups you can display on your profile, right? Whereas you win a cup, you can display it on your profile. And it's like, this is the number
And
of
it's just like
tournaments I
you have
won.
like a bunch of brackets of 16 teams, you know? And it's like, it doesn't matter. There's not like one champion of all of Diamond, which frankly just doesn't even make sense because
because then they
wouldn't
just be
you need
master.
to compete with the next
Well,
level,
they're
right?
just master players, right?
But like you just get these like little cup of the day, little mini tournament for a random group. Who knows? Who knows?
And Blizzard,
I think it'd be
Blizzard,
exciting.
you know, Blizzard, it gives them more incentive to like IP, like, you know, they have IP checks, so they know like this guy is playing in the GM account and he's also playing in the Diamond tournament. Like, what's up? And then like, you know, I'm sure they can draw two and two together.
You can do that to an extent, but in the end, like I think it's Blizzard. It's a very uphill battle for Blizzard, right, to enforce effectively. But maybe it's okay. Maybe it's. I mean, some level of people are cheating, or people are just literally cheating. You know, like
True.
I think that would happen too. But if there's not like a actual, like obviously you don't want to put money on the line where it would like really encourage cheating. But I think I agree with you. Just something little like fun, for fun basically type rewards, little sprays or titles. Then again, people go crazy for fucking digital rewards.
Well, it's worth a shot, and I look forward to whatever they've got planned. But I mean, dude, thanks so much. You give me so much of my time, so much of your time. I'm really, really grateful. So let me know if there's anything I can do for you, and I appreciate you for dropping all this knowledge.
Maybe we can
Chat has
have
been
some time.
loving
We'll
it.
see. I've been pretty busy with the Overwatch League stuff, but it was fun. I enjoyed this type of thing. So.